stand by for a 5-second runoff or so, but I believe we now have a live stream.
Okay, welcome to Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada at Fairlanes. Paul Grant, Greg Gouillart, Dan Castle on Canada Bowling Network. Our final qualifying round, match 11 of 11. Two Canadian teams, Prosperity U against Spike's Chimney Services. Spike's Chimney Services playing spoilers, taking 8 points off the Hatchman last match. Prosperity U, 36 and 36 coming in, have a tough climb to get in the playoffs on the life support right now. 3-string format, 2 points for a win, 1 for tie, nothing for a loss. Spike's Chimney in the black and green shirts like the Oregon Ducks. Prosperity U, Ethan DeRoche leading off. And Adam Mugford for Spike's Chimney Services. Ethan, good pitting, 10 to start the first of 3. Playoffs to follow next, live on Canada Bowling Network on YouTube and Facebook. Muggs gets a 9. Adam Mugford, 9 through 1. 1-pin lead for Prosperity U.
Check the levels. I should be a little, there we go. A little too much of a good thing. Hi, Paul.
Hey, Greg, welcome aboard. The soothing sounds of Greg Gouillart.
Pleasure to be here, as always. Fairlanes Bowling Center, Moncton, New Brunswick.
Always a pleasure to work with you, Greg. Ethan grabs 2. Strike for Mugford. 19 plus 2 through 2 here in the first of 3. Ethan, good second ball. 4-7-10. And he'll grab nice 2 or 3. 2 it is for 9. Greg, go over the lineup, please, to the folks at home, please, if you don't mind.
Lineup. We have. Do we have a network problem? Just a second. No, hold on a second. Oh, I have a network problem. Just a second. All right. Please connect, please connect, please connect, please connect. Now I have a video issue. Okay. Watch the match, please, Paul, while I sort this out.
Mark O'Loughlin on lane 14 for Prosperity U.
Adam Mugford on a strike. Okay, please tell me that actually stabilized the stream. I think we now have a stable stream with many apologies for the early hiccup.
Things happen live stream. Never know what you're going to get. Ryan Hogan for Spike's Chimney Services on the left has a 4 horseman plus a triangle. 5-10 for Mark O'Loughlin. The left-hander trying to kick it over. No. It's from Halifax, Nova Scotia, a 116 league bowler, 127. His best season ending average, 184 high single, high triple for 83. Hogan leads up 5. Mark out of Bayers Road Bolorama as he gets a 9 to start his bench. Right off the same foot as the right-hander, gets an 8. Ryan Hogan recently celebrated his 22nd birthday, a bright future, 108 right now. 116 is season best ever, 127 highest tournament average. So he's had some big moments in these tournaments. 176 high single, high triple 430, high 5 643. Out of Bayers Road, Bolorama in Halifax, Nova Scotia, 24-lane facility. Bowling since 2010, spread eagle for O'Loughlin.
How are we looking out there? Looks like we have no freezes finally.
You're at the mercy of Wi-Fi here. We bring it to you live as much as we can.
Nico, our good loyal friend and True, is out there too, letting us know it's all good.
Thanks, Nico. You're awesome. Appreciate it. Your eyes and ears.
If you didn't live so far away, you'd probably be a great correspondent, I'll be honest.
Tough leaf here for O'Loughlin. 2-4-7, right side 3-10. 4-7-10 for Hogan. Good bid. Only got the 4. Leads up to 7-10.
Tip
10 goes.
Every pin, every ball.
O'Loughlin, tough box. 7-16 through 2 in the first of 3. A final qualifying match. Playoffs next on Canada Bowling Network. About a half an hour or so, give or take, after the match is over. 10 bucks for Hogan, 18 through 2. Update from Greg Gouillart.
Update right now. Come on, internet. Go. I think that's fine. Current update is 1 mark to none. Just a strike from Mugford, creating the difference.
Peter Wood on lane 14 for Prosperity U. In the pocket, off the wall, 9. 2 pin for a spare. And for Spike's Chimney Services, the number 3 bowler is Barry Cody, COA.
Pete is also employed here at Fairlanes, Moncton, New Brunswick.
Wood missed it. Cody leads up number 1. Peter Wood from Moncton, like you said, his whole life. 9 through 1. Same for Cody. Peter Wood, 34 years old. He was 7 years old, came to open bowling with his father. Met Justin Jones back then. Ever since then, he's wanted to be a bowler. 151 high single, high triple, 467. Prosperity U. And Greg, talk about Prosperity U when you get a chance also, please.
Panicking a bit. Now the internet is failing me again for some reason. Sorry, folks. No, Paul, back to you for now.
Okay.
We are live now.
All right. Barry doesn't bowl much, just bowls in tournaments. He's a 129.6, highest ever season in the average.
The cable's in there. What do you want?
For in that first ball, Bradley Best, 1, 2, 8, just came up with 155, third string. Last match. Bobby Kite graces the head pin, gets 3, 2, 5, 8. Best spins around, misses the 8.
I was worried that Wood was more in the way than anything.
Bobby from Sydney, Nova Scotia, originally now from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Takes an 8. And doink for Bradley, a 9. Early lead for Spike's Chimney Services, a close one. This way too early, first to 3. Playoffs to follow. Tomorrow morning, back at you live for the final day. Quarterfinals, semis, and finals live on Candlepin Bowling Network. 9 o'clock local time, Atlantic time, 8 o'clock East Coast time. Candlepin Bowling Network, free on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Never a charge, always free. Over 850 videos in climbing. Please subscribe and your friends to do so also to Candlepin Bowling Network. Kite 5 down, 5 to go. His team's down 4 right now. Bradley 5 middle, 4-7 left. Bradley a 113 league bowler, 117 his best season average for a year. Currently 39 years old. Kite goes left, grabs the 8, got the hard one out of the way. Bradley with the wood, that's a good shot. Not easy to go. He's looking at the kingpin, the 5.
Castle's nemesis.
That pin is stripped down, you could say no stripe on it. Kite with an 8, pair of 8s to start. And Bradley a 9 and a 10 to start. And now our ankle ball is coming up for the first time. Matt Schultz, a 5-pin bowler. And he just started bowling Candlepin a little bit ago. Bowling overall 36 years. Out of Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada. Returning 40 in January. There's no Candlepin stats. He's just joined this tournament recently. Starts up with 4. And here's Bernie Corbett, the captain for Spike's Chimney Services, left-hander on lane 13 here at Fairlanes. He slides right and gets the half west to right, the 3 and 9. Bernie, 58 years old, from New Waterford. 117 currently, 120 his best season. Schultz, 178, 6 to the right. Bernie right in the middle. That's why I hate that shot. Check mark and the 610. Bernie a 183 high single, high triple, 434. As Matt Schultz gets a 7 to start his match. Sluggish so far. A pitcher's duel.
I would like to say, as we see Corbett get a 6-box, that I'd like to thank Fairlanes for all their hospitality throughout the moment we were greeted. It wasn't a surprise, but it was wonderful to have, and for the opportunity to use their Glow Bowling DJ booth in order to do these broadcasts. Sorry, I know I'm complaining. I complain about the internet at times, but please know that gratitude is at the forefront.
That's not their fault, but they've been just over the top great to us.
Yes.
And to the bowlers. Very supportive, giving us the stat sheets so we can keep you informed on the standings.
Yes.
And top performers, and we go around manually checking those. Dan Castle will call us second and third strings in. I'll be ready to cover 2 of the 3 strings in the opening round playoffs, first and third string. Dan will call the middle string. Schultz picks it up. And he's on the board for a spare. 17 the ball through 2. Bernie, good bid on the 5-7. Got the 5, not the 7. Trying to get the 16 through 2 in an unusual low score in a world tournament. 85 for Prosperity U. And Bernie with a 9, 15 through 2. They're at 89, 85. How often do you see that?
Yeah,
Aaron St. Cyr just threw a monster string for MH team, sponsored by Leda Lanes, National New Hampshire. We'll get that information as soon as we can.
In the meantime, I'll announce that it's a 1 mark to 1 in terms of marks. Pending, since we're keeping an eye on that, is the very same 4 pins for Spike's Chimney that you see in their lead.
We're back to the top of the order on Candlepin Bowling Network. Paul Grant, Greg Gouillart, Dan Castle from Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada. At Fairlanes, the 2023 Men's ICC World Teams Championships, round 11 of 11. Playoffs next on Candlepin Bowling Network. Nice shot.
Oh, good fill.
Adam Mugford, big 9 fill in the strike. As Greg said, 28 through 2. Gives him a double-digit lead by 13. You could say Friday the 13th in a sense. Friday with a 13-pin lead. No, they want to jinx him. Not that it really matters. 10 for Ethan DeRoche. Correction, 7 for him, 10 for Adam. Adam 38 through 3. Ethan's 26 through 3. Ethan had a couple of tough days, came back strongly yesterday. A very good bowler, 118 league bowler. Just turned 23 this past week. A good future for him. Takes out the 1 and the 7, has the 8 left, 6-10 right. 3-6 spare opportunity for Adam Mugford. Looking for his second mark of the first on lane 14. Looks good, he got it. 48 the ball through 4. His high single 179, high triple 420, high 5 620 out of Fairview Lanes. 18 years at Candlepin Bowling. And Bobby Kite giving Ethan some direction how to play this wood. We'll talk about Prosperity U, what they're all about in just a bit. Ethan's parents got him involved in bowling 18 years ago. Will it go? No. Just missed the 8. Heck of a try for Ethan DeRoche. Ethan's won a bunch of stuff already. As he gets a 10, we'll talk more on that next time. He's at 36 through 4 in the first of 3. Playoffs next on Candlepin Bowling Network. Quarterfinals, semis, and finals all live tomorrow morning. 9 o'clock local time, Atlantic time, 8 o'clock East Coast time on Candlepin Bowling Network. Make sure, again, you follow us, like us, and subscribe so you can get us live and also catch the rebroadcast as well. Friday Night Pro League game of the week returns next Friday night. Central 2, Rich Lamoni's team takes on Dave Barber's Extra Lanes, a good one. 7:30 from Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. on Facebook and YouTube. Friday Night Pro League game of the week, every week during the regular bowling season. Strike bid for Mark O'Loughlin, 9. 7 pin left up. Ryan Hogan, 3-6-10. No, thought he had it. Mark, a 116 league bowler, 127 his best year. High single 184, high triple 483 out of Bears Road, Bolorama. Missed that chance. 3 missed singles we've seen so far. Bowling since he was 2 years old, took 10 years off in between. Bowling with his father got him interested. Ryan and 9. O'Loughlin, the Paul Grant special, missed the second shot, make it on the third, 10. So Ryan 27 through 3, Mark 26 through 3. 15-pin lead for Spike's Chimney Services. The marks are 1-0 for Prosperity U. Ryan's high single 176, high triple 430, high 5 643. Strike! His first mark, a strike in the fourth. 37 plus 2. Out of Bayers Road, Bolorama in Halifax, Nova Scotia, 24-lane facility. Ryan bowling since 2010. Laughlin 6, 1, 3, 6. Bacon gets 7 down as the back row falls. Interesting tidbit on Ryan Hogan we'll talk about next, how he started his Candlepin bowling career. Interesting one.
One, 3, 6.
Laughlin picks it up.
Nice run down.
And that's a spare. 36 in the ball through 4. A close one so far. 15-pin lead for Spike's Chimney Services. Prosperity U on life support for the playoffs. Not sure they can get in now. We'll wait for the standings to come out. Peter Wood on the left. And a strike for Barry Cody on the right. 28 plus 2 through 3. Peter Wood on the crossover gets 7. Wait a minute, hold on, the 9 does go. Took a while. 3, 6 right, 7 left. Trying to spin it over. Oh, he got it. Grazed in. He's up to 7. He gets a 10. Now, most bowlers don't brag about when they lose a match, but his favorite bowling moment was when Eric McGuigan threw a double strike. Actually, he won that match. Eric McGuigan's his teammate got a double strike to win that match, actually, not lose it. Another strike, he's got it. He's got a double strike, wow. Barry Cody on fire here in Moncton. Smile on his face. Wood, spare. Cody, 48 plus bonus balls through 4. Peter Wood, 37 in the ball through 4. Starting to heat up now. It's a 25-pin lead for Spike's Chimney Services. The power of the double strike.
So those blotches between total and game tell you the mark situation. And they're outlined in that same bright outline as before, but you can see the rectangles lighting up 3 apiece. Spike's Chimney's middle rectangle is green because Cody is on 2 marks in effect, the double strike.
Thanks, Greg Gouillart. Here's Bradley Best. 19 through 2, delivers 7.
Oof.
Bobby Kite with a clipped wing eagle, a spread eagle minus either a 7 or a 10 pin. In this case, it's the 7 pin missing. Not an easy shot. Bradley Best. Trying to kick it over, missed everything. 2 into 3, leans. Oh, took a left turn. Wanted to go right turn Clyde, like every which way but loose with the orangutan Clyde.
Backwards, stupid.
That Clint Eastwood movie from 1979-80. Very funny movie. The
Silly.
orangutan was the hero of the show, I thought.
Silly pins. I hate the pins.
9 for Bradley, 28 through 3, 10 for Bobby Kite, 26 through 3 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Your home for the playoffs for the World Championships, starting later on this afternoon after this match.
Dang it, still waiting for an eagle make it. What a great bid by Bobby Kite.
And don't forget tomorrow morning, back at you, 9 o'clock local time Atlantic, 8 o'clock Eastern. Quarterfinals, semis, and finals, all live here in Moncton at Fairlanes, New Brunswick, Canada, on Candlepin Bowling Network. Bradley Best on lane 14, crossing over, off the wall, 7, a triangle. Middle pin is the 3, right 6, left 5. Kite, 3 right, 7 left. Best for a spare.
Roll.
Hits the 5.
You're there.
Nudges it. Little wiggle on the wobble, but it holds its ground. Kite missed right.
Almost got that deflection right to left. Just a little too flat on the cap. Too bad.
Brad needed that Canadian win to get that 5-pin to go for the spare. Puts out his misery with a 10. 36 through 3 in the first of 3. Our final qualifying round before the playoffs later today.
Yeah, all the temperatures single-digit centigrade is certainly about 0 when we wake up this morning.
Kite a 9, 35 through 4. Anchor bowlers now. Matt Schultz on a spare, 17 the ball through 2 on the left.
But that's always how it is. It's chilly in the morning, and then the moment the bowlers are here and, you know, get a bunch of guys on adrenaline in the same spot, and this place heats up in a hurry.
The captain, the anchor bowler, Bernie Corbett, just 15 through 2. His team's up 25 right now, but down 3 marks, including a double to none. He crosses, goes right in the pocket, has a 5-9 middle pin, 7-10 post, 3 pieces of wood on the deck. Schultz on the spare, look at that. Looked a lot better than that.
Crossovers leave kings.
5-8-9 triangle, middle, 10 right corner. 23 through 2 on the spare 6. 19-pin lead for Spikes Chimney Services on the right. Still down, 2-0 on marks.
Just somehow where the ball's energy is not going through the 5.
Bernie, good bid, only got the 10 somehow. As the wood comes out of play. Schultz got the object with the wood, but didn't hit the object the object pin the way he wanted to. He has the 9 and 10.
At least it had the decency to stop in front. Now Matt has a crack at 10. Deadwood. Any pin that shoots more than a few feet forward, 2 feet forward of the pin plate.
Chris Ryder, a very good bowler, takes out the pin out of play. Chris won the world title in 2019. He's a good bowler, 448 to high triple, high single 181, high 5 a 681, give or take. He said doesn't have the official number, but we're right around there out of Kingswood Lane.
Oops.
On 31 years. Not in the lineup right now. As Matt Schultz gets a 9, 32 through 3. I forgot what Bernie got there. I didn't see that.
Bernie got a 7.
Bernie got a 7. He's just at 22 through 3. Substitution policy, Greg.
2-pin gain there. You must substitute before the halfway point of the string and not while on a mark.
Bernie, beautiful ball in the pocket, a check mark. 5 left, 3 wobbling 6 right with a 10 in the corner. Schultz, beautiful ball in the pocket of his strike. He gets 9 in the wiggle on the 8. Should be a slam dunk. Bernie for a spare. Got it! Weekdays at Bernie's here in Moncton. 32 in the ball through 4. It's a good confidence builder, struggling in his first 3. Now a spare in the 4th. Nice guy, very helpful, very supportive, very classy. 10 box for Matt Schultz. Or that's a spare, actually, if I'm my mistake. 42 in the ball through 4, and that's spare. Now we go back to the top of the order. Greg getting the official scores. Scores on your screen are unofficial. As we get ready for boxes 5 and 6, Paul Grant, Dan Castle calling the next 2 strings. To my voice the rest of the playoffs. Along with Greg Gouillart on Candlepin Bowling Network at the World Tournament, the men's ICC Team Championship events. 24 lanes. All booked and packed. Ethan DeRoche, 36 through 4, looking for a mark. Adam Mugford on a spare, his second mark, 48 in the ball, at 6. 54 through 4 in the first of 3. DeRoche trying to kick it over, missed right. 3 right, 4-8 left. Muggs way right. The wind took that one, Greg. Adam from Glace Bay, Nova Scotia, Canada. Just 33 years young. Both with 7 boxes. Muggs 61 half, Ethan 43 half. And will he stay? And they can take him out now. He's not on the mark through 5 boxes, so this is the furthest you can go without getting substituted.
They are committed for the string. All scores confirmed as you see them.
All right, 23 pin lead for Spikes Chimney. Ethan, 1, 2, 4 in front, 10 right corner. 4 in that first ball for Muggs.
All scores are unofficial until otherwise announced, just like that.
Muggs has a 123 average right now. His best of the season right now. 118 is his best ever season-ending average. So 5 pins over his best ever. Ethan, good bid. 4 in the 10. 4 the 6 down. 2-4 left up for Mugford. Adam a 180 high single, high triple 424, high 5 640. Ethan DeRoche a 9, 52 through 6. Adam gets the 10, 71 through 6. The marks are 3 to none, Greg, or 3 to 1? I can't see it here.
Marks are
3 to 2.
3 to 2, effectively 4 to 2, since Cody's on a double strike. You think that contrast is good, or are those borders distracting? I'm trying to think. I could make them black borders if desired.
You're a better man than I am. I can't figure that stuff out.
I could. Let me see what. Maybe I can sneak a peek at the socials, or Dan can.
Both are marks. Mark Olaf on a spare. Beautiful ball, but a 2-2 split. It breaks up one of them. 3-6 right, 4 left. 43 through 4. Ryan Hogan on strike. Spread eagle.
Spare ill-registered. That's on the board, 43 through 4.
Hoagie trying to get a spare and strike somehow. Only a 1% success rate on spread eagles without wood for Pro Bowler. Stats by Ken Upton Bowling Network. Olaf trying to sweep it over. Off the wall, leaning towards the 4. Not quite. Heck of a bid. Hogan trying to get at least 3. Does. 7 on the strike. Good pinning. 44 through 4. 4's a wild for Hoagie. Very good bowler. O'Laughlin gets the 10. 53 half. Nine for Ryan. After that eagle, 53 through 5. Nothing like the great game at Candlepin Bowling. Please get the word out. Get your friends involved. The best way to do it is Candlepin gift cards. It gets him in the centers. Perhaps join a league. Get them involved. Candlepin gift cards this holiday season makes a great stocking stuffer. I can't say it right. A great stocking stuffer and a great gift for anniversaries, birthdays, any occasion. Candlepin gift cards all year round. The gift that keeps on giving this holiday season and all season long. Mark waving down the pin. 7, 2, 8, 10. Hoagie 2 in the 10. 6 box.
I can read the Prosperity U blurb after this.
Yeah.
I took a messenger on. I took a photo of a phone screen, but
nice shot
yes.
for Olaf from a spare. Pumps his fist. Nice shot with the wood to help. 63 in a ball through 6 for a Prosperity U.
Both these two-spot bowlers 5 for 6 on the headpin. Let's see if Hogan can get his due.
Prosperity trailing, but has the virtual lead with the fills coming up. Ryan, good bid there.
Splat. Too bad.
Trying to get to 63 through 6. Back to Greg in just a moment.
Third ball coming up for Hogan. Waiting for the bowler to his left, and then he'll deliver the third ball. Then I'll deliver my line. So he takes him and gets a 9 box in the 6th. Brian out of Prosperity U, he says, we exist to help the average Joe and Jane, our company does. We exist to help the average Joe and Jane develop the skill sets that empower them to drive more impact and income so they can do more of the things they love with the people they love most. So, prosperitymovement.online, not .com, prosperitymovement.online if you'd like to know more.
Say it again, Greg, the website?
Prosperitymovement.online.
One more time?
No.
One more time.
I love to support the bowling community, but at some point I'm going to start charging by the word. Kidding, kidding. That's a big count on the first strike. He turned around, did not like it. So 9 on the first strike and 9 on the second one. 66 through 4.
10 for Peter Wood after his spare. I missed. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it, Greg, when he got the spare.
9 box for Cody. So 999. So 75 half.
All right, 53 in a ball for Peter Wood. Another spare.
Sorry, Barry. I picked a terrible time for that PSA, but what a great half he's working. And a big reason why Spike's Chimney is way out in front.
That's a good thing Prosperity is doing to help people out. That's awesome. We like to share stories about the bowlers, their endeavors, try to promote the lanes that Candlepin for Cancer charity, and the bowlers, of course.
I like their sartorial choices, too. Very colorful bunch.
Peter Wood, what a try that was. Cody knew it right away, turns around, leads up to 1-3-7.
Few of those turnaround cracks at the second ball. Imagine he could have had an 80 half by this point.
9 box and a 7 box. Peter Wood, 62 through 6. Barry Cody, 82 through 6 on Candlepin Bowling Network. 31 pin lead for Spike's Chimney Services. 2 marks to 1. Is that right, Greg? It's 2-2.
It is 2-2.
2-2. So Spike's Chimney have been leading most of the way through. And Bradley Best will add to lead right now. 38 in the ball through 4 on lane 13. On lane 14, it's Bobby Kite in the pocket. Strike. 45 half plus 2. No question about that one. Bradley 4 in the fill. 42 through 4.
Why do I have no markup? I'm sorry. Just a second. Sorry, that's not a spare fill. I don't know why the smudge was up. Let me.
All right, so false start in the offense. 38 through 4 coming in. No spare.
Gee whiz. Yep, that's correct. 3 marks to 1. Now I have it correct.
All right, so no spare for Bradley. Hoping to get one in his next box. Try to use that wood to try to sweep it over for a 10 box. He does, but he got the pin only. Who needs the wood? 8. Didn't go for the short 2. 46 half.
Still a big advantage for Spike's Chimney Services all the same. 2 marks in hand, though, for Prosperity U. 3 marks to 1. Look for those blips in the middle between total and game.
So they could cut it into the teens. And Bradley Best trying to get a mark here in a 6 box first string. Bobby Kite on a strike on lane 14 goes right. 1-2-7-10. Bradley Best, half Worcester, the 2 and the 8. Gotta love that shot. Six box first string, final qualifying round, playoffs next for opening round on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube and Facebook. Quarters, semis, and finals tomorrow morning, 9 local, 8 Eastern. 9 o'clock Atlantic time, 8 o'clock East Coast time. Quarters, semis, and finals all day, all long, live on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Good sticks on that strike. Kite's been now over par, 3 over par at the halfway point. That is a term they use on Canadian broadcasts.
I can't relate to over par in golf. I'm way under par.
Well, wait, that would be.
I'm sorry, I'm over par. I'm way over par.
Yeah, the terms are different in the games.
Yeah.
But by par, we mean assuming 10 a box.
All right, updating the scores of the last 2 bowlers, Greg.
Corbett is at 32 in a ball through 4, and Schultz at 42 in a ball through 4. So through 4 boxes, you would expect him to be at 40. Corbett's close. Schultz is already over.
20 pin lead for Spike's Chimney Services in first of 3.
At one point, I'll save that thought.
7-8 lead for Wood to help with Schultz. That's on a spare. 50 through 4. Nice start. Chance for another one. Ernie Corbett in the pocket. Takes down the 8. Has the 3-6-10 spare chance. Now the 6 goes.
Ooh.
It's the 3-10 baby split.
Bill corrected 40 through 4.
Nice comeback at the minimum now after a tough start. Schultz for another one. No.
Really? Okay.
That wood can help you, it can hurt you. Best friend sometimes, your worst nightmare other times.
And a big tease either way, oftentimes.
Gets the 10. Bernie, 50 half. Schultz missed left for a 9, 59 half.
Is that, hang on.
Just past the halfway point of the first string from Moncton, New Brunswick,
Hey,
Canada.
hey, that was a spare for Bernie.
It was a spare, okay.
That was a make.
Okay, I didn't see, I can't see the view from here, honestly, so I thought I must have missed that
Yeah,
somehow.
2
Sorry.
pinner.
So it's a spare. Sorry, Bernie. Weekdays at Bernie's. He's got 2 in a row.
I'm sorry for the aggressive language there. I didn't need to hey you.
That's okay. There's a strike for Schultz.
Hey, that was cool.
69 plus 2 through 6.
3 marks. He gets to sit on a mark if anyone was sitting it here at Worlds. Not a soul is, I think you'll find.
Bernie on the bonus. 6:56 half.
No, again, I've got the wrong.
I get the wrong score up there.
I didn't take the spare so much away from earlier. Now, at last, I'm correct. Oh, nice
So
shot.
okay, so he's at what, 60 through 6.
1, 2, 8, 9 converted.
Is that 3 in a row?
That is, nope, 2 out of the last 3.
Okay, so it's an 8 in the last. Okay, 10 in the last box after 8 spare.
Exactly.
We're some obstructive.
I was wrong.
Way back in the bleachers here in a sense.
7 marks to 7. No, I got monitors. I'm fine. But 2 marks to 1, so Prosperity U can cut the gap here. Pinning is within 2 as well, so really it's coming down to the bonus balls at this point.
Adam Mugford in the crossover 9, 6 pin for a spare. He's at 71 coming into the 7th box for a string. And Ethan Drosch 52 through 6.
And remember, Barry Cody doubled as well. That helps a bunch.
21 pin lead right now for Spike's Chimney Services. On the right. For a spare. You gotta be kidding me.
Boiled by the wood. Ooh, that ball gets away. Don't foul anything off. That's good. 10 bucks still available.
Wasn't there for Adam. 9. 80 through 7. Ethan 8. 62 through 7. When the ball comes back, you should get an extra ball. What do you think, Greg? A new rule? Just kidding.
Nah, don't give don't put bowlers like me off the hook.
I know. I'm just saying. You know, wouldn't that be something? A rebound ball. Offensive rebound. Wouldn't that be something? Obviously, it's not going to happen, but that'd be fun.
Nope, I have that.
Adam Mugford from Edmonton, Nova Scotia. 25 years at Candlepin Bowling. Strike! 90 plus 2 through 8 in the first of 3 for Prosperity U. Next, rather on the left, is Drosch for Prosperity U. Mugford for Spike's Chimney Sweeps with a big strike. 90 plus 2 through 8. Is that 4 marks for him? Or 3?
That is 3 marks.
Ethan,
Adam
wow, look at that. Hit the head pin, the 3 hobbles. 3, 6, 10, 8 left.
Yeah, not to self. Look at the monitor.
Yeah, I'm so used to looking at the pins. I'm not used to looking at the monitor, Greg. I have to work on that.
That's a 9 box. Thought the wood could take it out.
So Ethan 69 through 8. The mark situation 2 apiece.
Yes.
It's a 23 pin lead for Spikes, leading most of the way here in the first. Ryan Hogan on the right, 62 through 6. Mark O'Loughlin on a spare on the left, 63 in a ball. Hogan parallel time plus the 10. O'Loughlin goes right, just 4 in the spare, 67 through 6. Try to kick it over. So close to the 10. Heck of a bid by Ryan.
That's 4 splits and 3 in the past 3 boxes for Ryan Hogan.
Half Worcester punched out. 1-5 sent to Worcester. 4-7 left for O'Loughlin. Hogan gets the 10. Ryan 72 through 7. And Mark will get a 9. 76 through 7.
I'm hearing a lot of noise from the left division over there. Currently on lanes 11 and 12.
I'll be getting updates the second and third while Dan Castle wraps up the qualifying rounds.
That's Team Unbelievable Lanes.
On the head pin, 3-1 split.
Another one. Tough go of it for Ryan at the moment.
Mark O'Loughlin looking to get back in the mark column. His team's down by 20. Head pin hit. There's the Bob Lee, the Queen Borg, the Star Trek character, 7 of 9.
Queen Borg.
Tough leave here, 3-4-10 for Ryan Hogan.
Checking levels, there we go. Excuse me, Wood, you were hit.
And Ryan gets the object pin for an 8. 80 through 8 at the minimum.
Third ball now.
Way left for a 9. Mark O'Loughlin, 85 through 8. Prosperity U. Kim coming in 36 and 36. Still waiting to find out how they did the third string of their total. They lost the first 2 earlier, so not sure they have a chance for the playoff show. We'll have to wait for the official standing sheets. We'll get those momentarily. And as soon as we get them, we'll bring it to you all.
Mark O'Loughlin also has 5 splits.
Barry Cody, a double strike earlier. 82 through 6. Peter Wood, 62 through 6.
Darn near dumped another one.
For a spare. He's got it. Another mark. 72, make it 92 to ball through 7. Spare to match for Peter Wood. 72 to ball through 7.
3 marks to 2 outstanding for Spikes. Their lead is likely to grow from that 19 you see.
Barry Cody, 37 years old, 120 league bowler from New Glasgow. 170 high single. Strike! His third strike of the string. Wow! 102 through 7, 112 plus 2 through 8. Barry Cody on fire here in Moncton at Fairlanes.
3 strikes and a spare.
His high triple 438, high 5 638 out of Heather Lanes, New Glasgow. For over 25 years.
Let me put this 8 on for Wood.
Peter got robbed by the Wood that time. 1 and the 9 left up for an 8.
This should be it now.
A ball to go, actually. Trying to get to 90. He'll grab 1 for a 9, so 89 through 8 officially. Spikes Chimney Services has the lead by 22. They've got 3 marks to 1 in their favor also, looking for the first 2 points. And they've been playing spoilers all day. 8-0 their first match today against the Hatchemen in a big upset. Spikes Chimney on the left.
No marks up. I'll move it down. Bradley Best and Bobby Kite.
Bradley in his first world tournament here in Moncton slipped. Won the East Coast men's tournament in the past. As a basketball coach, he coached ages 11 to 18 for 10 years and coaches baseball in the spring and summer season. A good athlete, too. 39 years old. Bradley Best. Diamond plus the 7 gets 2 for 7. 60 through 7 here in the first of 3. 10 for Bobby Kite. 71 through 7. Lead is 19 for Spikes Chimney Services. But Prosperity U down in the marks, 3-1. Again, Bradley had a 155 last match in one of the strings. I believe it was the 3rd string. Just missed the pocket left on the crossover. 4-spin right, the 1-3-6-10. Kite in the pocket, he gets down 8. 7-10 post, Wood to work with. Bobby, multiple titles in both candlepin and 5-pin bowling. Had 5 strikes in a row to beat a bowler once, 185 to 84.
We have standings in. I'll probably share it after the score check. At the moment, I'm a bit overloaded. Nice shot, 7-10. That's a spare. Bobby Kite with the Wood. Bradley Best completes the 10.
All right, Dan Castle will give us an update on the scores here. Greg, you get a chance for the microphone? And we go to the ankle balls right now. Hold on a second, folks.
Yep.
Bernie Corbett on the right, Matt Schultz on the left. Both on marks. After this box, Dan.
Yep.
Bernie 16 a ball. 2 out of 3 marks. Schultz on a strike, 69 plus 2 for Prosperity U. Beautiful ball. 2-4-7 left, 6 to the right on the spare. 66 through 6. 6 are wilds. Are wild for Bernie Corbett.
Wahaha.
Schultz going for the double strike. Just missed right. Not a bad leave. The 1-2-10. First ball in the strike.
He'd been on a headpin streak too, 5 straight.
25 pin lead right now for Spikes. Cut out here less on this fill. Back in the teens right now.
2 marks apiece. It's generally a 25 pin advantage.
Bernie chops out the 4-7, leaving up the 2 left, 6 right. Schultz for a spare and strike. Oh, right over the 10. Could not come down for a landing. 9 of the fill. A big fill, though. 78 through 6. Leads down to 16. Bernie gets a 9. 75 through 7 in the first of 3. Playoffs next on Candlepin Bowling Network. Opening round, quarters, semis, and finals all tomorrow. That's 9 in the channel.
Yep.
For Schultz, 87 through 7.
A ball in the channel stays in the channel. 9 fill in the strike. And here's Dan Castle with the latest.
All right, hello. We've got the sheets in now for the standings after the first match this morning. In the left side, Fenway Academy and Academy Lanes are in a 1-point battle over the coveted bye position in the playoff round. In third place is Abel with 54 and 20.
One pin, right? Difference, Fenway?
1 point.
1 point, right?
So
Fenway.
Fenway Academy is at 61 and 19. Academy Lanes is 60 and 20. Abel is in third place with 54 and 26. The Massachusetts team is in fourth place, 43 and 37. Right behind them by 1 point is the Outlaw Riders team, and behind them by 2 points in the bubble position is Unbowlable Lanes. Lucky Strikes at 36 and 44. Team 2.64 at 20, 35 and 45. Team USA at 34 and 46. TBD 30 and 50. Central Park 28 and 52. Avon Valley Lanes bring up the bottom at 17 and 63.
We'll go our right side in just a moment.
All right.
Bernie at 8.
We'll come up with a second group in a second.
83 through 8. Schultz cleans up for a 10. 97 through 8. Back to the top of the order and back to Dan Castle.
Okay, on the right-hand side of the house, the other division, A-Plus Accounting has a strong lead for first place with 62 points in the positive column, 18 in the loss. Maria Sub right behind them with 56 and 24. Kingswood Bulletproof, we saw them earlier, 51 and 29 is in third. New England Flooring holding on to fourth at 50 and 30, but right behind them is the Hatchet Men at 48 and 32. In the sixth position on the bubble, right at the cutoff, is the Bowling Ball Mafia with 46 and 34. They're 2 points behind the Hatchet Men. Bolorama at 42 and 38. Eighth position, Prosperity U at 36 and 44. Harry's All-Stars at the ninth spot with 28 and 52. 10th is Spike's Chimney Service, who you see now, at 26 and 54. Oakland Park in 11th at 20 and 60. And in last place right now is Stars and Strikes, which just played a spoiler for the Bowling Ball Mafia and bumped them into the sixth spot.
All right, thanks, Dan Castle. We'll be calling our second and third string to wrap up the qualifiers. Ethan Spearbit almost. Mugford on a strike, 9 of the first ball, 7 pin for another one. He's got it, spare and strike. What a string, 100 through 8, 110 of the ball in the ninth. Started bowling in the Youth League 25 years ago. Made his first world appearance in 2019. His hobbies include baseball, bowling, and spending time with his daughter, Taylor. He can have his best year at 123, 118, his best ever season-ending average. Going for Spike's Chimney Services. Canadian team
Whoa.
here in Moncton. Ethan left side, 1-3-7-10. Muggs, 5 on the spare, 1:15 through 9.
Sorry, I was missing a spare outright for Bernie Corbett. He had that 3 straight, so it was actually a spare. I don't know why I marked it a 10. So that 6 fill was real after all. Excuse me. 6 on that count for 116. Or 5, excuse me, on the spare for 115.
And we're way back. It's a manual score, but it's very hard to see. It's even hard to see when you're standing in front of them. You have to really get down there with this sitting.
Oh, sure,
to
sure.
see the scoreboard. So if you miss something, it's hard to catch up sometimes. Doing a great job, Greg, as always. Ethan gets a 9. Tough first string. 88. 7 for Adam Mugford. 122 opening string. And
Yeah.
right now, Spike's chimney service up 33 in the string. Marks are even, 1 apiece. Back to Greg.
Ethan never got the time of day from the headpin, I'm afraid. 87.97. I believe all else is correct as it stands as Hogan and O'Loughlin step up.
We'll bring you live updates on the rest of the scores and standings and see who's in the playoffs. After this match is over, we'll sign off and get ready for our playoff round, for the opening round tonight, or later this afternoon on Canopy Bowling Network, somewhere after around 4:30 local time, 3:30 Eastern time, maybe a little bit after that. So hit the notify button so we go live, you get notified. And Greg, how can they know when we go live?
By subscribing to us on YouTube is probably the easiest way. Hogan gets only slightly a better lead than he had before. O'Loughlin's luckless as well. Hit subscribe on YouTube, that red button there, and then the bell icon will pop up. Please click the bell so it shades in. Then you'll be notified when all our future broadcasts come out, especially here as we click streams on and off for Worlds to bring you the continuing and playoff coverage very, very soon.
And like I say, it's always free. There's never a charge. Like Apple TV and other places, we don't charge. So great content, over 850 videos in climbing.
Yeah.
Canopy Bowling Network on YouTube.
Yeah, all the streamers want your bucks every month. We don't.
Does help with monetization, help cover expenses and upgrade equipments, but definitely don't make any money off it, that's for sure. Ryan Hogan, 90 through 9. Mark O'Loughlin, 92 through 9, wrapping up their first of 3. Mark's second time in the World Tournament, won the Canadian 5-pin Open. Been away from the world for 12 years. Enjoys bowling and hanging out with his 6 kids. That'll keep you busy. How Ryan got started, interesting story, Greg. A pamphlet came home from school about a local youth league. He went to try it out and been bowling ever since then. How many times you see a pamphlet and you respond to it? Won the 2022 Bears Road 460 Championship, 2022 Valley Mixed Champion, 2021 the Connell Patterson Memorial Mixed Champion. Strike for O'Loughlin.
It spilled 10 into 6.
102 plus 2 in the 10th. Big move there for Prosperity. Trying to get the first 2 points.
Finally, Mark gets something to give.
Hogan 1-3-9-10. He also won the 2018 Unbelievable Lanes 580 Championship. Through an impressive 8 straight games in the 130s. His last string was a 127. Averaging the 130s for the day. Very good bowler, Ryan Hogan.
So
9.
So I believe that would be 5-person teams capped at 580 for the average,
Yep.
if I'm understanding correctly. Sorry, Poe and family, if I've got that wrong.
Nope. That sounds right. And he'll take a 9. Disappointing string there, 99. 99?
Yeah, afraid so. Strike 7 and nothing else, I'm sorry to say.
Prosperity U is down by 35. A mark to cut it into the 20s. They'll have 1 mark for each side after that.
I'm not seeing the 99 going on the board yet, but I'm pretty sure that was ball 3. There is Deadwood to retrieve as well.
Does he still have a third shot? I thought he was. Does he have a third shot? I don't think he does he?
I don't believe
I thought
so.
that was
There
his
is
third
wood
ball.
retrieval that has to be done. They're waiting patiently for that. So we'll take a beat as well. It's all good.
Don't forget Canopy gift cards this holiday season. Makes a great stocking stuffer, but also you can give it to a gift all year round. It's for birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, Mother's Day, Father's Day, any occasion. A thank you gift, or what the heck gift. Please support your local bowling centers. Invest in Candlepin Bowling. Get your friends involved. Nothing like the great game of Candlepin Bowling with Candlepin gift cards. The gift that keeps on giving all year round. Now the pin is retrieved. So Ryan does have a third ball. And all that for nothing.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
99 string.
Now the strike field coming up for Marco Laughlin. He had 3 marks, despite the generally unlucky leads he's had.
Double strike would be huge. Uphill battle for the first 2 points. Still have a slight chance.
And overdue for his efforts.
Laughlin takes his time. The 116 league bowler, previous high, 127 for season. 3-6-10, spare chance. First ball on the strike, trying to get to 112 in the first.
Only slightly light on that head pin. Buried pretty good, though. This is just for count. There is wood in front of 2 of the pins. It is an extra mark. The string is not mathematically over at all.
They could use it. Them is too far right. Tough right. The ball's coming back, but right behind the 3. That cuts to 26, though, in the match as he gets a 111 first string. Marco Laughlin for Prosperity U. Final 6 boxes, 2 strings left after this to wrap up the qualifiers. Playoffs next on Candlepin Bowling Network. Opening round, final 3 rounds, quarters, semis, and finals live on Candlepin Bowling Network tomorrow, Saturday, November 11th. Is 11th tomorrow or the 12th? I don't know what time it is right now.
Today is the 10th.
That's right.
Ooh.
That's right, because the Veterans Day we celebrate on Friday.
U.S. Veterans Day, that's right.
Yep, U.S. Veterans Day. So the 11th tomorrow, 9 o'clock local time. That's Atlantic time, 1 hour ahead of East Coast time, 8 o'clock Eastern time start.
So
Peter Wood spare.
So the Poppies are out in Canada as well.
99 ball through 9, a spare to match for Barry Cody on a strike. How about that? 122 through 8, 132 and a ball in the 9th.
Stacking a couple of 20s.
Barry, a hockey player and a coach. 120 league bowler, 170 high single. 6 in the spare, 10 for his, strike, spare, strike, wow. 142 through 9, 152 and a ball in the 10th.
Try spare strike.
That's right.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
spinning.
what a shot for a spare for Wood.
Spilled the head pin and played the resulting leave perfect.
His high single, 151, high triple, 467. 105 and a ball in the 9th.
Which is 115 and a ball in the 10th.
And
Now I got it.
Thank you.
For Pork Chop Pete. I owe a story about that.
Could use a strike. Looks good. He gets all 10. Strike right on cue. Strike on spare. 125.
Very good of Peter to match that 20 box after seeing several put up opposite.
Cody, another pin for a 160. 127 on a strike. For another spare, he gets 9. How about a 161?
Holy smokes.
First string for Barry Cody, C-O-A-T-Y. Wow.
Yeah, that gets high fives all the way around. What a string. Propelling spikes to a probable 2 points, but not certain.
And for hockey coach, that's a great score.
Bradley Best and Bernie Corbett.
Bobby Kite, 81 on the ball. Bradley Best, 70 through 8.
Please refrain from throwing hats on the approach.
Strike bid 8, 5 and 10. 89 through 8. Bradley 3-9, half west to right. 31 pin lead.
The half Worcester pins, indeed.
Spikes has led it pretty much all the way. Trying to go 10-0 on the day. A spare. What a shot. Back to back.
Clever.
Bobby Kite, 99 the ball through 9. A spare for Bradley Best.
Half Worcester pins aren't easy to spare.
80 the ball through 9.
Leverage the sidewalls. They're fast here at Fairlanes. Good, resourceful bowling.
Lane reset in 13.
I got to shovel this ham and cheese sandwich in edgewise. I might do that during the second string.
Yep, I'm going to give the call to Castle last two strings. Save my voice for the playoffs. Going to be calling a lot of the matches in the playoffs, so got to pace myself and get ready for that festive playoff format. Before rounds, opening round tonight, quarter semifinals tomorrow morning live, 9 Atlantic, local time, 8 o'clock East Coast time on Canopy Bowling Network. Half west to right, 2-101 for Bobby Kite.
Oh, what a time for that. And that's a big drop. Dime on top of that for Bradley Best and more 20s stacking up for Spike's chimney service.
Bradley doing his best here in Moncton.
They've had 5 20 boxes, and not to mention the 29 box that Barry Cody had earlier.
90 through 9, 100 plus 2 in the 10th. That's why you never give up in this game. Good finish for Bradley Best. In his 25th year of Canopy Bowling.
An emphatic reset from Bobby Kite as he puts up 7 and a 108.
Spike's Jimmy will get the first 2 points and go to 10-0 on the day. Bradley, beautiful ball for another strike, 9. Kingpin left up, almost a double. Prosperity, cut it close, but Spike's Chimney Services moves on up into the 40s.
And now we're moving on up.
I knew you were going to say that. Jefferson's.
There's another moving on up song. Moving on up, but anyway.
Missed that one. 9-109. Strong finish for Bradley Best. Smile on his face.
Look at that margin, 51. That's the power of 20 boxes.
And just a cup of coffee goes about, what, 15 pins, 19 pins?
That's right, 19 bonus pins to propel them all the way up.
Final 2 boxes, Matt Schultz.
Tip, yeah, that's a spill.
10 pin for a strike. 97 through 8 coming in. Bernie Corbett, 89 through 8.
Starting to see more of those backsplashes. More than we saw yesterday, I reckon, on these lanes 13 and 14.
The southpaw goes right. Only 4.
We regret we can't cover lanes 11 and 12, though. That's TBD Bowl Rama Sanford, I hasten to add, a completely different center.
Right on it, spare.
Bowl A Rama Sanford is, I believe, streaming this live on their Facebook page for their wonderful bowling center.
Bernie 127. Matt Schultz 107 the ball in the 9, trying to get the total closer, make it more manageable. Can still get 6 points.
Yeah. Owen and OJ Martin and company, I think, are getting more into the streaming game.
They would need to win 6 points to go to 500 in the tournament. They're now out of the playoffs.
Nine box.
Bernie 9, 89 through 9. And we
98 through 9.
I'm sorry, 98 through 9, my mistake. And we'll have some subs, I'm sure. Substitutes next string, I'm sure. We'll give the update as soon as we get that. Half Western on the fill, 2, 109 through 9. Prosperity, you gave it a good run.
Harsh but fair.
And if you could promote that once every string for Prosperity U, that'd be great.
But every captain has their own approach, and it's been wonderful to be able to interview the captains and see how you manage those personalities and how you manage when in times good and difficult.
Bernie drops 9, 6-10 for a 10 for Matt Schultz. '58-year-old Bernie Corbett for spare. He got it.
On the lane.
Weekdays at Bernie's continues.
Basic rule of Candlepin, cannot go in the gutter to get that.
Third mark of the string, 108 in the ball in the 10th.
Good shot. Which should put 551 on the board, or so help me. Uh-oh. How can that possibly be right? Hang on.
We'll check the official scores. These scores on your screen are unofficial. Spike's Chimney, 10-0 today. Bernie wrapping up the first. with a quarter west. Are you serious? Juan, he gets a smile on his face. The captain, a 1 fill, 11 beats a 10, 109 first string, even 600, a 120 average for each bowler. They win it by 49, 600 to 551. The 2020 unofficially at the ICC Men's Worlds Team Championships from Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada at Fairlanes. Paul Grant, Dan Castle, Greg Gouillart on Candlepin Bowling Network. Dan Castle with the play-by-play next.
Stand by while we get set for the second stream. Yep, your levels are down, Paul. You can feel free to put that there and step on out. We'll make the switch. I'll make the reset. We'll be right with you. My laptop got bumped, but I think that's going to keep the stream intact. Phew. All right, let me get this step stool down for you, Dan. Oh, you're good. That's fair to say. Okay. I'll be with you in just a moment on that. All right, information overload at the moment, I confess. We are underway. I'll get to your charge in just a moment, Dan, if I may, please. We're set here. We've got a couple of head pin misses. I say only for my own notes, not to disparage. 1, 3, and 9. That's Adam Mugford getting on the 3-9. No spare. We had it as 600 to 551. We'll confirm the official margin in just a moment. That's a good crack at that. Now Mark O'Loughlin is now first. He's got the tries here. The scores are, the names are incorrect. This is a 9-box apiece. And now I have a lineup change. Glenn Pinsent, where does he go in? Ryan Hogan is being substituted out for Glenn Pinsent, understood. Matching 9 boxes. This is still Adam Mugford on the left side. Clearly Mark O'Loughlin has been substituted in. He gets a 2-1 split. Let's see O'Loughlin's try. Splits there. Woods moving across. It will not take it. Sorry, Paul. I will be with you in just a moment. I'll be with you in just a moment on that one. 10 box for Mugford, 9 box for O'Loughlin. We apologize, folks. The transition is happening slower than usual, but we will be right with you in just a moment. Paul, may we have you back here by chance? There is Glenn Pinsent. Schreitz is up. All right, we're going to put the cord in. Might jostle something, I hope not.
Better you than me.
This is difficult, Dan. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to, I'll get that in just a moment. Vincent's got the 1-3-4-7. There's the first spare, so 1 spare to none. 4 spikes in the early going. And a matching mark. For Prosperity U. I'm going to, Paul, may I stick a microphone in your face kindly and ask you to read off the lineup changes?
Change for Prosperity U. Marco Laughlin leading off. Sterling Trite, T-R-I-T-S, Sterling Trites will bowl second. Third spot will be Bobby Kite.
Understood.
Fourth spot, Peter Wood, and Matt Schultz will remain in the fifth spot.
The fills are 5 and 6 for Pinsent and Trites respectively. Neither bowler on the head pin.
Glenn Pinch is the only replacement in the number 2 spot here.
That's Spike's Chimney
Spike Chimney
Services.
All right, back to you guys. Thank
Nope.
you.
No marks in either situation. And the third balls for each produce an 8-box and a 9 in favor of Prosperity U. 8-box and 9. There we go. I'm going to take a chance and put the scoreboard up now. Although this will be, I'll take a chance to put the scoreboard up now as we see Barry Cody spill out the 3-1, and that's a makeable split. This is Bobby Kite now, who has moved into position 3. I believe I understood correctly that Peter Wood is getting bumped down to 4th. Or at the heart of the lineup. Too bad. The 3 pins on the left side went out for Barry Cody. Not to be. 1-3-7-10 for Bobby Kite. 9-box of Cody. And so help me, I believe I now have a situation set here. 9-box each. Nine apiece through 1. And I will stabilize my scoreboard now. I'm gonna put your levels up now, Dan, and
All right, I'm here. How's that sound?
sounds good to me. I changed headsets as well. Cody missing a triangle, I'm afraid.
And that's Bobby Kite on your left and Barry Cody on your right.
One spare apiece in the early going amid that technical shuffle. 10-box Cody, he's got it second time lucky.
And a 7-box for Kite. Okay, let's rock and roll, gang. We're back in action here
Yes.
at Fairlanes in Moncton, New Brunswick for the second game of 3 of the last of the qualifier rounds. We're looking at Spike's Chimney Service. Bowling on your right currently is Bradley Best, and on your left is Peter Wood, who also is an employee here at the lanes. And Best punches out a half Worcester right. Peter Wood had a 4 horseman, and he picked up just the middle pins of that.
I'll explain a funny story about Peter Wood. I've been teasing it for a while now.
10-box for the Spike guys.
And a 9-box for Peter Wood.
Very good. Go ahead.
I'll do a slight zoom on the camera briefly to prove my point. There at the top of the screen, you see there's a $1,000 jackpot in that orange cloud. And the reason for that is if any bowler hits a so-called pork chop Pete's combo, which is marked in very specific spots, you can win 1,000 CAD for that.
And those are hitting spares or strikes at certain points in a 3-game match.
I believe I know them offhand. Let's see if I can rattle that off. Wood hits the quarter Worcester. Chester Cove special for Bradley Best. I believe it's spares in 2 and 7 of the first string, strike in the 5th of the second, and spares in 1 and 9 of the third string. It's something like that.
You do that, you win $1,000 here.
Well, that's a pretty good deal. I don't get many marks, so if all I have to do is just get them in those spots, and it's perfect.
We've tried something like that similar in Millis, and the trick is paying attention to your game and remembering that you're in that pool. And look at that.
Yeah, don't throw too good. Don't throw too good of a ball. 10 boxes each. Nice shots.
Yeah, he was on the back pin of the 2 on the split and carried it over to take out the front pin. That was interesting. Okay, on your right, Bernie Corbett. On your left is Matt Schultz for Prosperity U. Bernie Corbett for Spike. Spike's Jimmy service. And Prosperity U is trying to climb into the 5th spot. After the last round, they were in the 8th spot. They need a big win and hope that it works out, and Spike's hoping to spoil that. Spikes are out of contention.
Excuse me. Did I bump my mic? That was rude.
No, I didn't hear anything. All right, Corbett drops 6. He's got the 2, 4, 7, 8, but they're not there anymore because he just hit a spare.
Nice shot.
And Schultz looking for a single pin spare. Oh, yeah.
Anchors away. 2 marks to 2 in the match.
Can I get the points up on top, too?
And the string. Ah, yes.
I was wandering around a little bit, talking to bowlers, seeing where things stood.
Oh, for heaven's sake, why do I never remember? 2, second, and 3.
So I wasn't entirely sure who won the thing. I think I knew, but you know, we do a lot in the transition. So
Spike's got it done.
So Spikes is trying to spoil Prosperity's dreams today. And Corbett on the right on a spare, and Schultz on a spare too. So close game to start. Nobody exploded too much in the first couple of boxes.
Well, I'm still zoomed in.
Well, there's a 9 fill versus a 5 fill. So Corbett with a 5 fill, Schultz with a 9 fill. Corbett looking at the outpost, and I think there's an 8 pin back there too. So maybe that was a 4 fill.
I show it as a 4 fill as well.
Okay, I agree. Good news is folks at home watching this have the same view I do, so that maybe they were having trouble seeing that 8 pin too. Corbett, another spare, 2 in a row. Schultz, sorry, got it backwards. Schultz, Matt Schultz, 2 spares, came up.
Yep.
Dropped 1 in each box.
That's it now.
There we go, all sets go. And
get over.
No luck on that.
Get over.
For Bernie Corbett. Okay.
7 boxes, 21 through 2.
Give us a rundown.
Full scoreboard. So Prosperity U now possibly turning the tide in the early going. Just that extra mark is all you need. Pinning is close. So for now, the extra knock is the advantage.
Now we switch back to the other side. Our first bowlers come back for their 3rd and 4th boxes of this string. And so we have Mark O'Loughlin on the right for Prosperity U. On the left, Adam Mugford. Both of them are on the 2 pin. Both of them drop 6. A little bit different leaves. The 1, 8, 6, 10 for O'Loughlin. And a 4 horseman right, 1, 3, 6, 10 for Mugford. O'Loughlin, great shot on that, and picks up the mark. So Mugford, with a 123 average, picks up that spare. So matching spares in the 3rd box for both teams. Good job.
I see, sorry, I see 29 through 3 written. It looks like they've put a 10 on the board.
Okay. I saw a spare, but maybe I'm a little out of it at the moment. I don't know.
O'Loughlin on a spare fill.
That's what Kegler's Bar ham and cheese sandwiches are for. Many thanks for the hookup on that, Dan.
No
well,
problem.
I'll get you back, mind you, but thanks for arranging.
Seven in the fill for O'Loughlin. And 7 on the first ball also for Mugford. 1-2-7. O'Loughlin's looking at the back row minus the 8 pin. 7-9-10. Sorry, lots of wood in there. Good chance of making this, and there it goes. No problem at all. And Adam Mugford goes through the whole of those 3 pins. I am up here enjoying Elena Esdale's homemade pastry she brought in for us. She actually gave them to Rob Linehan of the Harry's Stars of the Harry's All-Stars team from Massachusetts, and she's been cooking away in the house that they rented for the week in a 9-box from Mugford. So these pastries are something else. And make sure you grab one here. Thank you very much, Elena. That team gave me a pizza yesterday, too. That was nice of them. Or day before. Maybe it was the day before. I'm losing track. So, first ball, 7 for Trites. This is Sterling Trites on your right. Barry Cody on the left. Or no, we have, I'm sorry, we're on a second ball. There's not the third. That's Glenn Pinsett. Apologies. No spare for Trites. He went wide to the left onto the 4 pin, took out the 4 and the 7 only. And it's spare for Pinson. That was not the easiest spare in the world.
$10 for Trice, 35-3.
Trites coming in his 4th box. Nice ball in the head pin, full a little bit. Takes out 7, has the 3, 6, and 7 on the fill. Pinsent's all over the head pin. And drops 8, so 8 in the fill. And a plank in front of the 4 and 7 pins that should give him a good opportunity to make this. Now Trites has a challenging spare to make. See if he pulls it off. And he clips off just the 3 pin. And a spare in the 4th box for Pinsent. Nice 10 for Trites. So that puts Pinsent at 51 in the ball after 4 and Trites at 45.
I wonder if there was any consideration of using the wood the first time around, but I wasn't convinced on
no, I think he had the right idea. From my point of view, I would have just played it like the wood wasn't there because I just didn't like the lay of that, whether that was going to be helpful or not. All right, coming into box 2 for Kite and Cody. Punch out for Cody. And the 4 horsemen left, plus the 10 for Bobby Kite. Okay, it doesn't go for Kite, and Cody was in roughly the right spot, but just put the head pin through to take out the 8, so he still has 4 and 2 over there. Trying to pick up the 7-10 split, gets the 10 only. And, oh, what a shot that was for Barry Cody. He picked up a nice 10 box.
That's I'm gesturing 10 bucks at you.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that was a 10. Thought you were wishing me luck.
I'm saving some for myself now. This isn't zero sum.
Head pin hits. Well, Kite was off the head pin. Drop 6.
We don't need to delve into it, but I know you're looking for value-added propositions in your, well, aren't we all in our jobs?
That's right. Barry Cody. All right, spare for Kite. Nicely shot. Mark it up. And no mark on that one. Good hit, but left the object pin. So looking for a 10. And there it is. So a 10 box for Cody, a spare for Kite.
How was that pastry?
A little static there on the line, sorry. All right, we're getting to see Pete Wood.
It's got a nice crunch to it, though, it sounds like. What's the flavor?
Not too bad.
Nice. Four Horsemen-ish leaves. Peter Wood's got the outpost also.
I frequently cover Dan Esdale's ACST matches. Gotten to know them quite well. And of course, I know Dan from bowling in leagues with him and his work at the doing some. I think he was working at a Millis for some time. Nice spare for Bradley Best and a 9 box for Pete Wood.
Come on, frame rate. Work with me.
Now the shirts the Prosperity team is wearing are very interesting. They're very colorful, and on their arms they have a QR code for the business that sponsors them.
It's an awesome shirt, but I will never understand the QR code on the side. I felt so weird. I scanned it myself. It goes to the prosperitymovement.online web address, prosperitymovement.online. But yeah, if you'd like to just sidle up to one of these bowlers and say, hey, can I scan your shirt? Feel free.
Creativity. Creativity is a good thing in business.
As long as they don't mind getting randomly photographed on their bicep.
I think that's the intention.
Yeah?
So neither bowler picks up a spare that time.
The fill is 5 on Bradley Best's spare,
That's
35
correct.
through 3.
And a 9 box for Wood.
The curtain ripples.
10 box for Best.
Pin perfect is Bradley. Through the first 4.
Okay, just scrolling through my phone, which needs a charge. Can't leave your phone on videos all the time without running it down pretty quickly.
Oh, no, that's right. We didn't do that, did we?
Yes, we did.
Oh, we did? Did we charge it?
No, we haven't charged it. And my battery didn't charge.
Let's see if we can do that in a second.
Okay, we'll trick that up. I still have 29%. All right, Schultz on your right. He's on a fill and punches out 4. And also a 4 drop on the first ball for Corbett. Nice attempt by Schultz to pick up a mark on that, but not quite. Corbett's looking at the 1, 3, 4, 7, 9, 10. He goes far to the right and gets a couple. Both bowlers still have 4 up, both 2 and 2, just different configurations. And Schultz, unhappily for him, went through the hole.
Not used to not getting the 9 drop out front. He'd been crushing the first 2 frames.
Let's see what Corbett can do with this mess. And he goes through the hole, too. So matching 6 boxes, no gain, no loss for either team.
Oh, okay. You have that charger over there by chance?
Yeah, it's right here.
Thank you.
It's magnetic at the end, so it's sticking to where I put it.
As long as we don't fray anything. Keep an eye on the string if you would, please, and I'll
All right.
keep an eye on this
Thank you very much.
crappy game of operation.
You're the man.
How we looking? Schultz has a split, and Corbett takes out the quarter Worcester.
Better not put it there or Paul will knock it down. All right.
Oh, crap.
All right, both bowlers had a 6 box in their second and their third box. And the first ball, oh geez, for Corbett, what we call a quarter whisper. Just the 3-pin went. Can Schultz capitalize on his opponent's misfortune? Not quite. Corbett looking fix this problem, guys. Nice hit in the pocket. And not too bad. Not too bad. He takes out everything but the 9 and 10. He would have preferred they go, but it didn't go. And nice pickup on that 7-10 split for Matt Schultz. Corbett looking to match the 10, and he does. Wasn't so sure that was going to go, but they matched 6 boxes. They matched 10 boxes. These guys are on the same page, it seems. So let's look at where we stand right now after 4 boxes. Spike's chimney service is at 210. Prosperity U at 211 unofficially. Greg's getting the official scores. Prosperity U on 2 spares. Spike's chimney service on 1 spare, and Spike's has, of course, a 48-pin lead in total after winning the first string. All right, Greg, scores confirmed. We've got to go through those. First ball for O'Loughlin was off to the left. And a nice head pin hit for Mugford. Oops, I got it backwards. Mugford is on the right now. Sorry. Mugford went through. O'Loughlin had the head pin hit.
Phil is correct. It's 51 through 4.
Okay, 51 through 4. And now for his second ball for O'Loughlin, trying to pick up this challenging spare. 3 and 1. We've seen him made a lot today. 3 little maids all in a row, as well as a 10-pin. How's that one for that? And not going to happen. So both box bowlers open.
Is that Pretty Shells and Cockle Bells, or am I getting that mixed up?
I don't know. It randomly comes to me. You never know what I'm going to come up with. When I'm really old, I'm going to be really interesting or amusing. 9-box and 8-box, right to left.
No, I don't think Mary quite contrary. It's the same thing. My bad.
My cousin Mary used to get upset when we said that. Probably still does. I haven't seen her in a while. She's in Mexico right now.
All scores are confirmed as you see it. Prosperity U, a slim advantage, just single digits at the moment.
Mugford with a 5 drop. Off on a 3-pin for O'Loughlin, and gets 5 out of that. 4 horsemen plus the 5-pinner left. Mugford has your hay baler.
Yeah. Second time Mark O'Loughlin's gone right out like that. Just chop out those 4 columns. Actually, has he pipped the 8-pin out as well?
Yeah, the 8-pin's out.
I can make it a little easier.
4 horsemen plus the 5. Come on, kick over.
Well, it kicks the wood, but it's not with enough steam.
No, not quite enough, but
What's
great effort.
Wish that bottom end would have bumped the roller on just a little bit more.
$9 for O'Loughlin and a $10 for O'Loughlin and $9 for Mugford. Oh, it kind of messes me up when they keep switching back and forth, which I'm in a league with some of these guys where we do the same exact thing, so I should be used to it, but I'm kind of used to 5 and 5.
Maybe one day I'll get a switcher involved, but I don't know what that would take. That might be a lot of... I am not the biggest IT guru in the world, I'll be honest.
All right, now we have Trites on the left and Pinson on the right, and Pinson's on a spare. Trites closed the 4th box with 45. Pinson was a 51 plus whatever this ball gives us.
Last call for 50-50, just inside the bar door. Last call 50-50.
All right, just 4 on the fill. For Pinson, Trites took a step up and then he's coming back. Now he goes. And they're falling and maybe still falling. No, they just moved off spot a couple of pins. All right, Trites, great effort on that spare bid, but it doesn't go. And for Trites, he was off the head pin. Pinsent was right on his shot, but it didn't take carry. The head pin's still left for Trites. And both bowlers end up with a 9-box. Paul
Breaking
Grant.
news, A-plus accounting with Maria Sub losing their first string and losing all 8 earlier today. A-plus accounting, Matt Harnett's team clinches the #1 seed. They get a 2-round bye. Will be in the semifinals tomorrow, the middle shift around noontime or so on Candlepin Bowling Network. Other scores, Able Construction, 566, 2.64, 523 after 1. Able up 43. Lucky Strike in trouble for the playoffs. Lost Academy Lanes, 609 to 597. Academy up 12. Academy 1 point behind Fenway Academy. Avon Valley Lanes, 557. Team USA, 533. Avon up 24. Other action, Central Park Lanes. Outlaw Rides takes it 618 to 561 by 57 for CPL. Sean Landry at a 141st. Robbie Hopper for Outlaw Rides a 156. They have a 57-pin lead. Look at that final playoff spot. Fenway Academy, 104-pin win over the Mass team who just took 8. Cole Fry's 142, 104-pin lead. They have the #1 seed by 1 pin over Academy Lanes. Harry's All-Stars, Stars and Strikes. Harry's All-Stars 537, 528 up 9. One more for now, a tie, a key match. Kingswood and the Hatchman 628 each tied. Corey Smith a 159. The Tsunami Keith Beaupre a 158. More in just a minute.
All right, back to the action. We just saw a spare. And now we are on to our next pullers. No, that was a okay, yep, spare for Cody. Kite was on a fill, and he gets a spare too. Spares for
Okay,
both.
other action. New England Falling fighting for a playoff spot in the playoffs right now. 6-14 over Bayers Road Bowling Rama, who at 572. Maria Sub struggling today, 0-10 start. Bowling Ball Mafia taking it to them, 651 to 573, a 58-pin win. Bowling Ball Mafia trying to get that final spot. Mark Carey, a 147. Kai Hunt, 20-year-old, a 139. Jeff Lappy, a 136, combining for 422 for Bowling Ball Mafia. Oakland Park loses to A-plus accounting, 591 to 532 at 59. They clinched #1 seed. TBD Bowlerama in unbelievable lanes. Unbelievable wins by 41, 579, 538. They're fighting for a playoff spot. Will need help. We'll give the standings just a moment.
All right, we just saw Cody put 6 on his spare, and Kite put 2 on his. Kite with a great bid on dropping another, but didn't go. 10 bucks for Cody. $10 for Kite. Close out 6.
Left
64.
side room, Fenway Academy, #1, 63 and 19. Academy through 1 string completed with 2 strings left in the tournament for the playoffs. Academy Lanes 1 point behind, 62 and 20. Able Construction cannot get #1. They're 56 and 26 in third, locked in at third minimum. Outlaw Rides now in the 4th spot, 44 and 38. The 5th spot, the Mass H team, 43 and 39. 1 point out of the playoffs, 42 and 40. Unbelievable lanes. Lucky Strike, I believe, is now out. They're out of the playoffs. Team 2.64 out. Lucky Strike 36 points. Team 2.64 35 points. Team USA 34. TBD Bowlerama 30 points. Central Park Lanes 28 points. Avon Valley Lanes winning. They're at 19 and 63. The right room in just a moment.
And apparently we just had a change in lineup for the Prosperity team. We now have Ryder in for Pete Wood. And he gets a spare. Best drops a strike. Bradley Brest. So spare for Ryder, a strike for Best. First of 2 strikes, fill balls. And through the hole, but avoids the spread eagle with a 7 for his first ball. A nice lineup for the second. Ryder drops 8, 7-10 split, 8 in a fill, piece of wood coming out. Somebody's got to go chase that.
If you're set, we can have another update. Do you have another update or no?
Yeah, we have to wait for wood.
We have a deadwood delay, so would you please? We have a deadwood delay. Would you mind reading?
Update on the right side standings. A plus have kind of clinched it. They have 64 and 18 after one string with 2 strings left. Maria Subs right now number 2 at 56 and 26, 0 and 10 today. Kingswood Bulletproof is 52 and 29. They tied with the Hatcheman. The Hatcheman is 5th. New England Flooring 52. We're up by 1 point. We'll check this out. New England Flooring actually takes the lead. We're going to check that math. That's up by 1 point. And the Hatchmen are the top 5 right now. Bowling Ball Mafia 1 point out of 48. Bolorama eliminated 42 and 40. Prosperity U 36 and 46. Harry's All Stars 30 points. Spikes Chimney Services 28. Oakland Park 20. Stars and Strikes 15. We'll double check that other score in just a moment.
And you saw another spare there for Best, and Ryder ended up with a 9 box of that because he took the 7 pin out of the gutter.
Thank you.
So good round by Best. Bradley Best put up a strike and then a spare on that. All right, now on your right, you have Bernie Corbett, and on your left, Matt Schultz. So Schultz with his first ball. Seen this leave a few times, haven't we? They come over to the 2 pin, and we end up with the 4 horsemen left and the triangle right. It gets made on the left side, on the right side. Corbett went to the 6 pin and picked out those 3, that back triangle, and still has a double row to contend with. Let's see if he picks this up. Oh, what a bid. That 7 pin is rocking. Oh, come on. There it goes. Beautiful spare by Matt Schultz. That was a tough shot.
Thank you for realizing you were hit.
And a nice 10 by Corbett. Where are we right now?
Okay, just a clarification with the tie with so A plus accounting first 64 and 18 in the right room. Maria Subs second 56 and 26. They can clinch second place with a tie or a win or a loss by Kingswood Bulletproof or New England Flooring. New England Flooring and Kingswood tied each other the first string. They're both 52 and 30, but pinfall goes to Kingswood. So they're right now they're the number 3 seed. New England Flooring the 4th. The Hatchman 5th at 49-33. 1 point behind. Bowling Ball Mafia red hot 10-0 today. They're 48 and 34. The only chance to get in is Bowling Ball Mafia and the Hatcheman.
And we just saw Schultz put 6 on that fill. Corbett trying to make it a mark here, and no problem with this with the 4-7 in the wood. So spare for Corbett, and Schultz looking for 2. And little light on the head pin. The back 2 don't carry, so both bowlers without a spare in the 6th box. Waiting for the wood to settle down. You can't shoot when you have moving wood. Need that to settle. Nothing from the emotion down there, and with that hit, the only thing that really stayed in motion was the 6 pin, and it flew into the pit and a 9 box.
Let's take a look. Prosperity U still nursing a single-digit advantage. Current mark situation is 10 marks to 9 in favor of Prosperity U, so there you go. That extra mark is basically it. The pinning is 5 in favor of Spike's Chimney Service. But despite that, a seemingly true 8-pin lead pending the bonus ball on each side.
Okay, for Prosperity, Laughlin coming up on the right. And he has a powerful 9 drop.
For a strike.
No, 9. Oh, on a strike. on a
Excuse me.
strike.
No. I'm wrong. But a nice stick in front of the 7-pin.
And on the other side, just the opposite. Mugford took just the 7-pin.
It's been a while since I've had one of those whoppers. Excuse me. I was also enamored by Bradley Best's 20 sequence we had while we were getting all those updates, and it deserves a mention.
No doubt about the spare for O'Loughlin. Mugford makes a great bet on that, and unfortunately just is left with the 8, 6, and 10. So a short split as opposed to the 7, 6, and 10, which is a regular split. I don't know. Trying not to be repetitious here. Come up with new ideas. And with that ball,
I believe that's fair. It clipped the wood en route, did it not?
I think so, and that's an 8 box. Let's see what they write. I see 8 being written.
Yep, 65 through. The 7th. No, wait a minute. Oh, I see what I did. I put 65 in the box. That's smart. That was
How would you
exciting.
get 65 in a box? That would be interesting.
Wow, what an amazing string!
Sometimes I need that. Like a 55 fill on a strike. That would be great. You know you're in a bad position when you need that to take the string. All right, O'Loughlin, who's on a spare and just 3 in the fill. Mugford was on the head pin. Rewarded with the 6. Well, we saw that, didn't we? Okay, we know where he's at. Now this is our second balls. Nice try. Went straight for the pins, tried to cut something over, and it went over but behind.
Maybe wanted a piece of the wood en route, but flew them certainly.
Can't guide them. Once they're hit, they go where they go. Although I see a lot of bowlers use body English trying to make the pins move. 9 box. I've also seen a few bowlers that I bowled against that I swear have telekinesis.
Mugford threw that 3rd ball in a jiffy. He wants to get off the lanes, unfortunately, having one of those.
3 fill on a spare is really not something people are happy doing in a match.
Sure, Mark's not happy either.
So Trite's on your right.
Oh, prosperity you up a dozen.
He's got a spare. What's he put in it? Puts 5 in it. Half the rack is gone. Pinson for the Spikes Chimney Service team. His first ball.
Ooh,
there we go. That's a strike.
We'll take you falling either way. Just fall somewhere.
Get over. As you frequently hear yelled in our lanes, get over.
3 spares and a strike for Glenn off the bench. Ooh, goodness.
There we go. That pin came all the way to the left and all the way to the right to take out the 10 pin.
Should have gone. 5 and another. That's 79 and a ball through 7.
That's what getting good action can do. So Trite's on a spare on your right and Pinson on your left on a strike.
Sterling Trite's on 3 marks. He's been effective off the bench. I haven't been perfect about tracking head pin hits, but he's definitely hitting it more often than not, for sure.
That's a head pin hit.
See ya.
And there you go. That's 10 for the fill. And 2 more balls for that box.
Matter of time when you're having dominant accuracy like that. Well,
Pinson, could we get a back door here? No. But he's only got 3 more to shoot at for his second ball, and they're the 1-2-5.
Except when it isn't a matter of time because candle pin, but Sterling Trite's leaving us in little doubt.
See if he can pick up this. No, just off. Only 1 more for the fill, 8 fill. And he's got the 1 and the 5. Really tough to.
Interesting.
Just like the half Worcesters, if you get the 1 and 5 together, it's honestly not that hard to make that happen when you're on a full rack. The half Worcester more so with the 2-8 or the 3-9. But if those are the pins that you're left as your leave, that's a really tough shot. And we have some lazy pins down there on 13. So need a re-rack.
I need to check something. I apologize.
Okay, no problem. Greg's going to step away for a minute. And we're just waiting for the sweep to come. There it is. So Kite's going to go ahead and take out 5 on his first ball. Cleary right. Cody. 6 in the fall. Pinfall. Try to make this spare here. Nicely done. There you go. That was a textbook example of picking up a Cleary for a spare.
Not easy with that inner pin.
Pretty when it goes. Cody tried to make that happen and did a good job on it, but didn't go. Now he's left for an attempt at a 7-10 split to make it 10. And that's the way you do that. And Cody has a 10 box.
Is that your water?
We're attempting some sign language here to communicate with each other.
We really need to take up semaphore.
We can't hear what people are saying to us when we have the headsets on. All right,
That's
into Phil.
Yep,
Pike
check
Kite
mark.
put 6.
Check mark.
And Cody drops 7 and is left with the 5, 9, and 10. Oh, he's right on his object pin, but right through. No
Brutal.
spare there. Okay, great bid on that, and put the pin right between the uprights. So neither bowler will have a spare. Nice 10 out of that castle lead. And a nice 9, I'm sorry, 9s for both bowlers.
Prosperity U gaining the advantage. I think it's that Sterling Trites mark streak that's really stacking up at the moment.
Okay, Ryder on your right.
He has the most marks of anyone. Both Mark O'Loughlin and Matt Schultz already. Matt Schultz already with 3. And Bobby Kite has 3.
Bowlers conferring. Are we having a switch here?
No, it shouldn't be a switch.
No, I mean, they just took a little while to get their next bowler up there, but I guess not. It says best on his shirt, and that agrees with our roster here. So Ryder, that red on the shoulders, when the guys who have it, you can see it. Ryder drops 8, best on a fill, off the head pin. There's 6 in a fill with a wobbly 6 pin that's about 4 inches off mark. Or make that about 8 centimeters off mark, 8 or 9 centimeters. Got to do what?
Yeah.
Got to do the right way.
The Fall Horseman, if that's an awful Dick Leone impression. Sorry, Maine. I'd like to apologize to the entire state for that effort. He hosted a lot of local candlepin programming up there.
Well, he
various shows.
Apparently couldn't get there from here, so it didn't go.
Did you know
9 and 9.
9 apiece. Did you know Gary Thorne, former NHL commentator? Oh, look how happy they are.
Somebody
that's
made it
Muscadaba.
in.
That's unbelievable out of Muscadaba. It really happened. Did you know Gary Thorne, famed NHL announcer, 10-pin bowling announcer, and Baltimore Orioles commentator in the MLB, has commentated candlepin before all that started.
Oh, wow.
True story. On YouTube channel Daryl Saucier, related to the late Hall of Famer Don Saucier. As I was informed, the late Don Saucier. You can see a video of that. I think it was Elmer Tibbetts and Bob Mazer in that match, if I had to guess. No, I'm mostly sure I'm right. I'm just pretending I don't go down weird candlepin bowling YouTube rabbit holes.
I haven't done that as much. I didn't say I didn't do it at all, but both bowlers looking at splits.
I have a wife and a life. I do it anyway.
I don't have either right now.
Oof. Best is on 4 marks in this string. Can he send this one? Nope, Wood
No.
goes behind.
Bouncing it back, took out the 7 pin. Nothing else. Okay, a little excitement going on in 12.
I love it.
All right, Best, or Ryder trying to make a 10 out of this, and just ends up with a 7 box. Same deal with Best on the left, and he has a 7 box too. I can't see the live chat or the stream. Let me see if I can get back on Wi-Fi. Maybe that'll help.
Bernie Corbett and Matt Schultz. Let me see if I can get that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to pay attention to the live chat because I really like having the comments and don't want to miss them.
And I don't want to miss a thing.
All right, first
That
ball
was-
for both guys. Schultz is at 74 after 6. Corbett 57.
That was also a bad impression. Schultz has the hay bale.
3 and 2. Together. Corbett first ball.
Corbett is on a spare. I'm sorry, that smudge wasn't
Oh,
on
I
the
didn't
board.
see that. Okay, so
Not the second time I've done that to Bernie. Good grief.
Sorry, Bernie.
It
But
should look
we-
like that.
But he
then
knew
that.
it. He knew it and put 3 in the fill.
Yeah, maybe he'd rather forget that one, I suppose, if it's any
Yeah.
consolation.
Yeah, that was a 13 box.
5 and 8 pin available in the back as well.
And as you saw, Schultz missed his spare attempt.
Seemed a very
Wow, what a spare that was by Bernie Corbett. Okay. That's a good way to make up for your
Phil earlier, sure.
yeah, the fill, that's right. And it looks like Schultz ended up with a 9 box.
Which should bring him to 83 through 7, waiting for the score sheet to update. But in the meantime, I'll keep an eye down here. As
Okay.
we see Schultz crossing over and getting the splash.
And boy, I thought that was going to be a strike for our Canadian team here. Just still thinking. Corbett again with a bit of a weak fill on that one. Off on the 2 pin and takes out 5. He's left with a 1, 3, 7, 9, 10. Sending somebody down to pick up something. Piece of wood.
That's a record time retrieval.
I don't go down very often because I'm probably
They haven't put
too
it on the
slow.
board. I'm going to watch this box myself, meanwhile. Yeah, Schultz got a 9 box out of that. He left only the 5. I'm watching the stream. Oops.
Oh, right in the face. That's an obvious spare for Schultz. Just throw the ball at the pin. Makes it easier. I'm trying to play something fancy there. Corbett needs these 3 to have a 10 box. And an 8 box it is. So as we verify scores, right now Spike's chimney service in this second game is down 13 pins from Prosperity U and up 36 pins in total to be verified. All right, first bowler on your right is Mugford for Spike's Chimney. On your left, O'Laughlin. And Mugford put it right into the half Worcester left hole with the first ball. And nice hit to try to pick that up, and everything but the 4 and the 5 go.
As long as you don't do it with the second ball.
O'Loughlin, 4 horsemen left, plus the 5 and the 8. So it's only
Now
took
he's now he's taking right side out. Come on, frame rate.
and doesn't go. 7 pin stays up. So pick one. He averaged it out, and the average was 0, so an 8 box for O'Loughlin. Need to pick one or the other.
Who put that 0 in the middle of the archery range? Who put that 4 in the middle, I suppose, more accurately on the first ball.
And a 9 box for Mugford and an 8 box for O'Loughlin.
2 marks up for Prosperity. You.
I used to shoot competitive archery. Did you know that?
Interesting.
Yep, back in high school. My late sister and my father were very serious competitors for years. My father winning 3rd in the New York State senior competition one year.
O'Loughlin gets 7, and all scores are confirmed.
Yep. And my sister had many archery trophies. Very good. Okay, that's 7 drop for Mugford. O'Loughlin on his first ball. Leaves a Caleri right. 4 horsemen plus the 8 pin. And so now Mugford's looking at the 1-7-8, trying to pick that up, and just the 8, trying to cut it to the inside, make something come off the wall, but didn't go.
Prosperity U favored with the 4 marks in hand. It's 15 marks to 11 in the string. No more for now. Pinning is within 1, so that's not affecting anything, which is why the 4 marks are pretty much standing as the match deciders at the current moment. Eight and 10.
Thank you.
O'Loughlin 110. And Adam Mugford 91.
All right, we have a viewer from saying hello from Gulfport, Mississippi.
Nice.
And used to love to go to watch the men's tournament on their way to the ladies' tournament in Nova Scotia. That's Shirley Lewis. Shout out to her. And Mike Kane gives us thanks. Danny Finn gives us thanks, and we appreciate it very much. Thank you, Danny. Wish you were here.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Pinsent drops a bomb apparently. Takes out 9. I'm just checking the comments. And
That's Sterling Trites. He's on a 3-mark chain at the moment.
Greg and I work by psychic ability. He knows when I'm not paying attention for a minute automatically.
This is a conference here. That wood is moving left to right and might cause a
come
problem.
on. He does not want that to do. Well, and if
No,
it keeps going a little further to right, that might not be so bad.
Oh, brother. Because I don't think that
Go to the
horizontal
pin.
piece is either.
Right to the pin. No problem. I think he capped the wood, but I couldn't see around him on that one.
Very good shot. Spare on strike.
That's for Trites. And Pinsent looking for something good here. He's got an 8 box, 108 after 9.
And just like Barry Cody beforehand, Sterling Trites carrying his team, Prosperity U, to a comfortable margin at this stage, at this late stage of the string. Remember,
Good lineup here.
we're looking for the top 5 out of each division to make it into the knockout round.
And a strike for Pinsent in the 10th box. Look at where they ended up in the standings before, because I think, I'm not sure either of these teams has a chance, but we're about to review. And 9 on the first ball for,
Holy smokes.
9 on the fill for Trites. And why not a spare?
See ya. 138 plus.
Yeah, I would say Prosperity U really is out of it at this point. So I don't think neither of these teams are going to be in the knockout round. But they're putting on a good show anyway.
Bible Hill Bowlicade, your boy's doing good.
Now we're filling some spares and strikes that they made in the 10th box. This will be their last box in this tournament. No, it won't, because there's another game coming up. What am I talking about? The last box in this game. There's another game coming up. We're not done. Pinsent puts 6 on his first ball. Trites 5 in the fill for the spare. So that closes his game at 143.
A mark perfect back half.
Nice game. Trites, see if he can get a 10. He gets a 7 fill. 7 fill in the strike. 125. You know, the great thing about the caliber of bowlers we're seeing here is, you know, if you bowl in typical league competition in most leagues, you see a 145 game, and, you know, that's a pretty big game. But here it's been pretty routine to see things like that. You've even seen 180s and a 206 in the men's singles.
Yeah, pretty good game. You get a high five.
140 is respected here. There's no doubt about that. That's a good game, but yeah, another one.
For those less familiar with the scope of Candlepin, 120 is a good pro average generally.
Yeah, the top guys are in the 120s, maybe 130. Now we have Cody on your right and Kite on your left. Neither on a spare. Good bid by Cody to try to pick that up.
No 130 average so far. Nate LeBlanc, as I understand, is a 129. I believe I've got that right.
What's that?
I believe I've got that right. That one bowler has a 129.
Yeah, in this group. Very few, if any, under 115. 8 box for Kite.
Missing Bob Lee a bit. I wish I had like even more statistics in my face, if I'm honest. But
Well, our colleague and friend Bob Lee, who is actually working in the background in a lot of what we're doing here.
Yes.
And he's home in Sharon, Mass. And I believe he's at home. He may not be. He may be at his, he's not moved in his new home yet. But anyway, Bob is very strong on numerical analysis, and he has really analyzed this game to the nth degree and knows statistics that are interesting and hadn't really been followed before, and we've learned a lot about this game. All right, 9 box for Cody.
I'm looking forward to having more of this information in one place. It's surprising that this game hasn't really been like both historically and statistically scrutinized to the extent you would expect of other major sports, which may be what I think is currently holding it back. So as much as I wish I had more of this information myself to be able to share it with folks, I think the longer Candlepin Bowling Network remains a thing, my hope is that we'll be able to share more information and really be able to keep the information of the past fresh in the memory so that we can appreciate the future of this game. And it's great to have the past, present, and future of this game, sometimes in the same person, all under one roof.
I think it's starting to get there. There's a lot of bowlers with varied interests and capabilities, and documentation and live streaming and coordinating with, oh, that's a punch out for Best, and coordinating marketing. You know, we now have a TV station in Albany, New York, that's carrying some Candlepin. I think we may be seeing a renaissance. A lot of people think the game was in decline, and there's some truth to that with the loss of a lot of houses. A lot of the old houses aren't there, but we're seeing some places that are thriving.
And the loss of those houses might be logistics sided as well.
Well, if you're a family-owned, and we saw this with a house in Haverhill, 10 bucks for
Ryder
yeah,
5
for Best. We saw this, I know, with Pilgrim Lanes in Haverhill. My understanding there was they were doing pretty well, had a really nice bowling facility, and but the place where the real estate was, where the building was set, was commercially developable spot. And at some point when you're getting older and you own the business like this, and somebody comes in and that offers you money that's way above what you expect ever to see out of your facility, you're foolish not to take it. And we've seen that happen in a number of houses.
Yeah.
You know, land in New England and Eastern New England in particular is pretty expensive. So we've lost some up and places that were running well, but are gone because of of that. And I don't blame the families that own these businesses at all. As it comes a time to retire, and I know they weren't happy to do that in different houses that I've seen that, but I don't think they're greedy. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think that the market for somebody to come in and take over was a lot lower than the market for somebody to come in and redevelop.
To your point, first of all, Bradley Best 109 and Ryder 100. To your point, it's supply and demand. Right now, Candlepin could use a little more demand at the moment, but I have a feeling it's on the uptick right now.
Well, I think the community, in a somewhat coordinated, somewhat uncoordinated manner, is starting to work together to promote and extend the game. A lot of the older bowlers want to see it go to the next generation. A lot of the younger bowlers are getting into it and enjoying it and thriving at it. And some are, a lot of casual bowlers are coming in and say, hey, this is kind of fun. And so like I said, you have people with different talents, people who can broadcast, people who can commentate, and do all kinds of other things that are bowlers. And I think it's making a difference. I hope it is.
97 through 8. This total is tightening up now.
It is.
As Prosperity U coasting to a pretty smooth win in string number 2.
That is down to a 2-pin difference as we get into these final boxes of second string. And sorry for the digression, but why not?
It's worth noting as we sit here at Moncton Fairlanes and view all the energy in this room. How do you translate it beyond that? Time will tell.
All right, sorry, let me catch up.
Keeping the score. Craig brings up an interesting point. I think the machines are going to be a big issue with the future of Candlepin with more limited parts.
Without a doubt.
I call it getting Sherman, which is the Mr. Sherman who created the duck pin bowling pin setters, but the patent went with him to his grave, and no one knows how to make the things anymore, so that creates a bit of a logistical challenge with that game as well. So,
however, there's several different versions of the Candlepin pin setters, and there is a gentleman I don't know the name of, but he's been doing some custom builds. It's a long process, and it's not cheap. But, I think it's a start. It's all a matter of if new houses get built or opened, that's kind of my hope. If some 10-pin facilities, which they probably won't, but you may get somebody to do it, converts a couple of lanes from 10-pin to Candlepin. Often we've seen it the other way around, but, I hope. Then there may be more demand. For now, all of the centers have to maintain these machines. And there are some.
Let me confirm scores real quick.
Yep.
I apologize.
Sorry, we're digressing.
Schultz
here.
is a 9 and 116. I'm going to check in here. I believe Bernie Corbett is a 102, which is why I see 529 on the board.
Yep, that's good.
And I'm hoping to see 576 up there, and I sure do. So
yep, we're good.
That is scores confirmed and a string win for Prosperity U to bring them up to a 2-2. Scores. There you see it. Sterling tries 143 to spearhead his team onto the 2-2. And it's a 2-pin string right now. It was 17 to 12 in terms of marks. And pinning is 11 different in favor of Prosperity U. Pinning overall in the match is 13 in favor of Prosperity U. So they're clawing it back, even though bonus pins seem to be going slightly in Spike Chimney Services direction. 31 marks to 30 for Prosperity U, in fact. We're getting slightly outpinned in the bonus balls.
And interestingly enough,
I'm going to take a substitution
Okay.
Now bowling first for Spike's Chimney Services, Ryan Hogan back in, substituting Adam Mugford.
And I see DeRoche for Prosperity U.
I'll get the set here.
And I think his first name is Eric. I'm not positive. And regardless, he punches out the 1-5. And those are some colorful pants. And we just saw the 3 pins punched out there and right back through the hole. So let me see if I can pick this up here.
There may be a stack off to your side.
No, I've got, okay, I'll take a look. Okay, what I have here is just the initial lineup. So the others off to the side.
Yeah, I believe it's off to your right. That's a 10 box for
Pretty random here.
Ryan Hogan coming in.
Oh, Ethan DeRoche, I have him here.
I'll slot that in there. A mark already gained for Hogan.
And
10
we
box.
had a substitution on the other side, right?
Yep, that's him. It was the only one announced to me, with many thanks to the gentleman of Spike's Chimney Service for informing me. See how he cracks on with his 3-pinner. It's gone.
Gets a 10 out of that, DeRoche does.
That's a
good-
spare.
Oh, spare in a second, I'm sorry.
Good recovery. Nothing a spare can't repair.
And I'm looking through profile sheets, so sorry guys if I appear to be disconnected a little bit mentally.
One thing at a time. Hogan pinning well. He'll look for another. Nine box.
All right, second bowler's coming up.
Sterling Trite stays in. Little surprise.
And we have Glenn Pinson. Correct?
It looks like him. That's the only substitute announced in any event, so there we go. 2-2, tight match. Trites takes 5. Hey, Bale.
Oh, good ball.
And
Takes a 5.
And 5 pins going to wiggle.
Takes it off spot, too. So Trite's shooting at that big mass.
Donner. Oh, he's dialed.
He made that look easy. And on the other side, we're going to see Pinsent try to pick up the 5-7 for a matching spare.
That's the best sort of ball you have here at Fairlanes. You just throw a ball and have the little pins just like seemingly go as one.
Oh, maybe. Nope, not going to happen.
The tower demolition fell the wrong way. That's going to get you into one of those blooper videos. Well, not quite in the same way, of course. 10.
10 bucks it is. Not like throwing it in the wrong lane might do. And I don't think any of these guys have done that.
I've done worse. I was at Woburn Bowlodrome in Massachusetts and was on lane 36, the rightmost one, and I think I tried to do a stronger delivery than I usually do, and I overthrew the right channel, and it went right down the service ramp.
Oh, boy.
Thankfully, there was no employee there. I was worried about being like someone coming out there and saying like, excuse me, what are you doing? That's 3 on it, Phil.
Okay,
For Sterling.
Sterling Trites. In case the bowler's unfamiliar too.
That ball looked like a heat check. There's a lot of steam going down. That scoreboard looks a lot better.
Okay, a little behind on the YouTube from the live, but that's okay. All right, so Pinsent's going to try to pick up a mark on the 3-5-10 split. Oh, well, nicely done. That was beautiful. No problem at all. Oh, boy. Trites ends up with a 3 box.
Oh.
Went back through the hole.
Just basically loses a spare's worth out of that. So after a big hay bale make.
It looks like somebody's coming out or removing balls for somebody. Let's see what happens here. I see Ryder on the right.
I'm frankly be shocked if Barry Cody was taken out. Ah, yeah, it's.
You recognize this?
Yep. So position 4 will be swapped as well. I'm missing his stat sheet if he happened. We've seen him earlier in the lineup.
All right, let me keep following the pinfall here.
He's got a split.
Yeah, both of them have pretty ugly leaves. That 1-3-5 isn't so easy, or 1-3-8. You got to hit something.
Yep.
And so no spare for.
I could track third balls if you wouldn't mind having a look. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
7-10 for Ryder on the third ball. Would takes out. Yeah, this has got to take out the 10 pin. That's the pin he wanted. Pins are fickle. 9 box for Ryder and 8 box for Cody.
No, I don't have these guys on this. I don't see them. Oh, that's the other side. Okay, thank you. Ryder on the first ball. Strike bid. Let's see if anybody's commented yet. I'm lagging a bit.
Yeah, no. My YouTube's fine for what it's worth.
It's up and down.
9. The single should go. No, but the wood's not frozen. Oh, dear. Lob.
Oh, that was a little bit of a lob, but immaterial because it didn't take anything out.
No harm, no foul.
All right, Paul's coming back.
Hard to call your own lobs, but not a soul would take that one. Hey, it happens. Every single bowler has a ball get out of their hands every now and again. Completely normal.
All right, so let's move this up to bowler 3 first.
Yep.
And then we're good.
No rush, Paul. We're doing all right. No rush.
Or this actually is a bowler 4, thank you. Well, we have a Laughlin up.
Let's put him in. Yep. Well, you can't have Ryder in twice, I figure. That's on me. Bradley Best stays in. He's off to a good start. And at this point, we'll just commentate this string and then, or this box, I mean to say. Laughlin drops 8. This could be a quick one.
Strike.
Oh, yeah. That'll get that done in a hurry.
Best was in the pocket. And apparently a little too full because the 3-6-7 is left.
Oh, those pins slice across.
And
3-6-7 made.
Nicely done.
10 and a ball through 1. Paul.
Okay, I've got some updates. Able Construction up 4-0 on 2.64. Sean Bernard threw a 146 for 2.64. Kevin Gratton had a 143. Lucky Strike out of the playoffs, down 4-0 to Academy Lanes. Academy last year's champ, the number 2 seed right now. 1 point on the first band, Fenway Academy, who's 4-0 also. Josh Shilley, a 143 second. They're up 109. Avon Valley Lanes up 37, up 4-0 on Team USA. Central Park Lanes ties up Outlaw Rides, 2 points apiece. Outlaw Rides up by 31. Justin Skelly, great second string, 141. Robbie Hopper at a 156. Fenway Academy, 4-0 in first place on left side, 4-0. Up big, double digits on Mass H. Joey Lister at a 144, the freight train. And they're 1 pin behind. Unbelievable lanes right now in the 5th spot. 1 ahead of Mass H. Unbelievable, up 136 pins, 4-0 on TBD Bolorama. Other action, Harry's All-Stars up 4-0 on Stars and Strikes. Kingswood, who is trying to clinch the playoff spot. They tie the Hatchmen 628-628. The Hatchmen hang on to win by 6, 621, 615. They're up 6 on the final string. Corey Smith, a 159. Keith Bowick has a 158 in the first. Other action, just a moment.
All right, and
9 box for O'Laughlin, 7 box for Bradley Best.
we had some nice fills in the marks. So that's all caught up.
Schultz and Corbett will stay in as the anchor bowlers. Do we have time for more, Paul?
Okay, other action. New England Flooring, big 4-0 win over Bolorama, Bayers Road, up 43 in the match. Jason Gauthier Jr. on fire again at 151 second. Maria Subs struggling today, lost the first 5 strings, overall 0-12 today. Bowling Ball Mafia takes it to him 651 to 573. They're up 88 pins. Jeff Lapierre 143 second. Mark Carey a 147 first, a 148 second for Bowling Ball Mafia. They're in the playoffs. Hopefully, they're 1 point out right now unofficially. Mark Carey, Oakland Park against A+, all A+. A+ up 91, up 4 points to none in that match. And we'll give you the standings just a moment.
Wood retrieval in progress right now.
All right, second ball for Schultz on the right. Looking at the 4, 8, 9, 10. And Wood in front, be nice if it goes. Just the middle pins go out. So 2 left, a 4 and a 10. On your left, Bradley Best is looking at the, is that the head pin? No, it's a 2, 4, 7,
9.
9, yeah.
Diagonal angle, no thin angles about it.
Okay, 9 box for Schultz.
Yep, that's Schultz, excuse me. Matt
And
Schultz.
this is Corbett on the left, I'm sorry. We had the wrong bowler up in the score sheet. And I can kind of see his name, so yeah, that's Corbett for sure.
That's
And a
Kingswood
10
getting
bucks.
hype.
Somebody's getting happy down there.
That's Kingswood. Very happy about some development. 10 bucks. Let's go back to Paul for now.
All right, big standing update. Fenway Academy, 65 points. Academy Lane, 64th, the left side. Able Construction, third, 58 points. Outlaw Rides tied with Unbelievable Lanes, 44 points each. Outlaw Rides will have the tiebreaker. Mass H on the outside looking in 1 point behind at 43. The rest are out. The right side lane, A+ Accounting, number 1 clinched at 66 points. Maria Sub trying to hang on to second at 56. Third place, New England Flooring, 54. We're still waiting for a couple other scores to come in. Kingswood Bulletproof is 52 and 32. They're in the fourth spot right now. The 5th spot is the Hatcheman unofficially, and Bowling Ball Mafia unofficially 1 point out of the playoffs. We'll give you an update as soon as we get those in.
Thanks, Paul. Bernie Corbett is a 1-pinner, and the wood does not prevent him. Good.
And there's a mark for Corbett. Schultz trying to 10 out of this. And he does.
Nice and easy. Avoid the wood.
So that was a spare for Bernie Corbett, correct?
It is indeed. So that's right. 2 marks up on the board. Thank you for the reminder. 2 marks to 1. That is correct. So Spike's Chimney seems to have a 2-mark advantage, as it were. They are leading. Well, nope. 3 marks to 3 in this right now. Oh, you know what it is, though? The 10-pin advantage. We've had a 3 and a 4 box on Prosperity U's side, so that basically conceded an extra mark. And that's why this advantage is more like 2 marks, even though after that bad follow-up to a spare as well, which was compounding on that. So that's why Spikes has the early advantage right now in both string and total in this tight one.
All right, so we just saw Hogan throw with a big backswing on that and took out 3.
Yep.
Ethan DeRoche dropped to 7. And he's got the 1, 2, and 4, and he just clipped the 4-pin. And Hogan made a spare out of that.
It is a very big backswing for Ryan. Exaggerated delivery off the so-called wrong foot. Doing everything right with that.
So DeRoche
So Phil is 7 and a 10 box.
Yeah, DeRoche did not mark on that one. So did you catch that? DeRoche did not have a spare on that last
Correct.
one.
Now we got it.
Okay, thank you.
The Phil is 3 for Hogan.
Yep.
32 through 3.
And DeRoche leaves the 4 horsemen and the 8-pin. Hogan has a challenge here. He's up to it. And again, same thing happened to DeRoche. He leaves himself a line of pins, and then the second ball just goes to the left, too far to take anything but 1 or 2. And Hogan takes the single pin. DeRoche picks up another one for an 8-box. So Hogan with a 9-box, DeRoche with an 8-box.
Oh man, I wish I could stop hitting the start menu. Every time I do that, it messes my thing up. 41 through 4 and 39 through 4. On to Glenn Pinson and Sterling Trites.
Pinson on a fill. And a 6 fill for Pinson.
Pinson gets 6. Glenn at 26 through 2.
And a 6 drop for Trites. Pinson's looking at the 2, 4, 7 and the 6. He's got to cut the 2 over there to try to pick that up. Goes to the middle and just gets the wood out of the way. That pin was already down, so it doesn't add to his score. Trites, great bid to come back, leaves a head pin. And an 8-box for Pinson. And false start for Trites. He started going forward and didn't feel right about his footing, so he's going to try again. And good thing he did. He picked that up nice and clean.
Danny Finn once teased me about that. Well, if you're gonna make me wait, at least hit the pin. He did.
So an 8-box for Pinson, 10-box for Trites.
Fantastic. Let me talk here with the gentleman. I'm going to do it off audio just to make sure.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I got it. All right, waiting on a pin setter here on lane 13. No, we're waiting on a lane setter. They're throwing some wood back, that's all. Throwing a pin back into the pit, into the fray of this game.
Let's call this box, but Rob Henderson has shared something very interesting with me.
Okay, I'd love to hear about it. I can't hear your conversation, so.
I wanted to make sure I had my understanding correct, but Rob wants me to share something with you in a second here.
Okay, good deal.
Would you mind, actually, while I watch this pinfall and watch Sterling Trites leave at 410, would you mind leaving that in somewhere safe, maybe next to the Esdale pastries, I guess, in a visible spot? That should be fine. 7 and 8 for Glenn Pinson. He's talking about the wood on the right side. We now, with many thanks to Rob Henderson, now have temporarily borrowed the DVD of the 2007 World's Final, the International Final, between McLaughlin TNT and A+ Accounting. So, wow, what we would love to do is copy that in and share that on Candlepin Bowling Network with you. It was just recorded simply without commentary. We'd probably just share it in its intact form.
Trites misses that 10 pin.
But you know, not many. It's tough to get footage of World's Finals. It's a pleasure to be able to do that here. So great to see it.
And a 10 for Pinson.
Alley Chat, of course,
and
is
a 9 for Trites.
Alley Chat, of course, has been broadcasting finals as recently as live last year. It was a pleasure to work with Corey Alisi alongside Frank DeLuca and Brendan O'Dowd on that.
Oh, those guys are great. I have had Corey Alisi commentate in one of my own matches, and it was excellent. I haven't worked with Brendan. I've bowled against him and with him, and of course Frank DeLuca is a fixture, and I see Frank pretty regularly too.
And a pleasure to bring you the finals on Candlepin Bowling Network this year.
That's right. So on your right is Cody, on your left is Ryder. Cody dropped 4 on his first ball. And
boy.
yeah, didn't get the mark. Chris Ryder. That's a 1-8-9, and they have some wood out of play here. So somebody's got to go down and take care of that.
Some wood is better than none.
And
Do you have a water bottle over there by chance?
no, they're down back here.
Ah,
There's only a couple left.
I'll take one. That's all I need.
All right, can you reach? We're in tight quarters here, folks. I posted a few pictures of what we're doing to my Facebook page. You're welcome to look. Daniel Castle.
True, but we hasten to clarify, it wasn't made for us. They just luckily said, sure, you can use the DJ booth. No
That's
problem.
correct. And that has been awesome. I have to tell you, I don't mind the tight quarters, and I really love the setup that we have here.
Nice perch, nice out of the way. They knew we would.
And it's
So
been
thanks to the Fairlanes crew for that.
I think every
Including
house,
Peter Wood, we see on Prosperity U.
every house should have a place like this for live streaming.
Well, some were built before that was even fathomed that you could just instantly transport the energy and excitement of a bowling center over magical wires. I mean, yeah, we're talking about old houses. Oh, gosh, I can't remember what Craig Holbrook mentioned to me, but he said, I believe Fairlanes was opened 50 to 60 years ago or so.
I would guess more than that.
This, I'll tell you something, this place looks like it could have been built yesterday.
Everything's great in here with the retro aesthetic, but
Yeah.
everything fresh and clean.
I mean, sure, you've got overhead projectors, but
I think
gorgeous.
that's part of the charm, frankly. Spare for Ryder.
Peter Wood, front counter.
$8 for
Okay, let's
Barry Cody. I saw a look of frustration on his face. He had a tremendous start to this match. As could still pin out a 357 as a result of that, but wants to be doing so much more. No guarantee to follow up with 120s, but that sort of pace would get you up to 400.
Now we have O'Loughlin on the left. Bradley Best on the right. Best is on the head pin,
And Cody does average 120.
but took out 6. And a nice
Whoa.
spare by Bradley Best. That was great.
Second time Bradley Best has made a great shot. He's gotten splits, all 3 head pin hits.
And O'Loughlin, Mark O'Loughlin, off to the 2 pin and still has 3 more to pick up. And that's a 9 box for O'Loughlin. I'm going to switch over and see if I can see what's going on the Facebook feed.
Whoa! 9 drop for Best.
Nice start to that fill. That's
Holy
for sure.
smokes.
O'Loughlin looking for a better ball this time. Still on the 2 pin and punches out, and he knew it before the ball even hit the pins.
I mean, that's been the story in this string so far. There's been just one runaway bowler in every single match. It was Barry Cody's 161, followed by Sterling Trite's 143. Off the bench, I hasten to add. Is it possible Bradley Best could be that? He seems to be off to the hottest start right now. If he's converting splits, point being, hang on.
Looking for a spare on strike. Nope, not quite. Just too much to the inside.
Nice kibosh, Gregory.
So a 9 fill on the strike. O'Loughlin looking to pick up the mark here. And doesn't take the head pin or the 9 pin. There's the 10 box for Best. So a 10 out of that. He's right in the face on a 10 pin. And O'Loughlin's waiting on moving wood. And a 9 box for Mark O'Loughlin.
That's the other perk. You're back here. They're not going to hear your commentary, at least on the spot.
Oh, they go back to the rooms and listen to it. I've been told several times. Unfortunately, the response by quite a few bowlers I don't even know has been really good. So we got to be doing something right.
I know day two of teams is a rough one for us, but we got through that too. Bernie Corbett, spare Phil.
And we try to bring in, you know, other conversation too while the game's going on, make it interesting.
And even though even the Kingswood Bowlerama, we got them both back on stream and did a proper broadcast for them, so I'm thrilled about that. Being able to do this for the Canadian community is wonderful. What other adjective am I supposed to use there, I suppose? Corbett got 6 fill on that split.
Oh, look at that.
Careful, careful. Don't
Just
hurt it.
brushed it. He was playing to the inside, which is the best way, I think, to get this. And another quarter of an inch to the left, and I think he's got it. And instead, he just gets a wiggly 1 pin.
Fair ball, no score.
10 box for Corbett.
The rule book technically says if you touch a pin, that's fair, and if you just hit the curtain, obviously that's foul. That only matters really if the ball rebounds. But
yeah, no, that was a fair ball, no doubt about it. Now he went for more of a safety shot, I call it, just to get the most maximize your pins without taking too much of a risk. He probably wanted to be more in the 2 pin, but he picked up a few here and left 6, so 4, so 6 bucks.
I guess the safest shot would be the 1-2 pocket, literally.
That's the best. That's what I meant, more toward the 2. But if you're going to try to avoid being in the hole again. Schultz drops 8. I mean, sorry, not Schultz, Corbett. And Schultz, again, threatens to have a half Worcester again, but gets more this time. So the 4 horsemen plus the 2 in the back are left. Corbett with a 9. No, that was a bid for a spare, I'm sorry. Now we have a 3rd ball for a 10. And a 10 for Corbett, or for Schultz as well. Matching 10s in the 4th for the anchor bowlers. So Greg's going down to verify scores again, and at the moment, both teams have 2 and 2 in terms of points. And the game and the match right now is in favor of Spike's Chimney Service with 25 plus in the game, 216 to 191 after 4 boxes. And total is a 27 pin game for them. And look at that. DeRoche has said, well, we got to get some comeback here.
I'm back. Did they forget to set the pins for him?
Nope. He knocked them all down. Couldn't leave things well enough alone.
That wouldn't be a fun game that way.
Hey, we just put those up. Now we got to do it again. In the meantime,
this is bowling, not stand and admire the pins. Hogan takes out 4 more.
You
1-9.
haven't seen me bowl, have you? So Hogan will have an open box this time with a 1 and 8 left, or 1 and 9 left, and he gets a head pin, 9 box. That was a big strike by DeRoche. I think it's the pants. He's got some pretty colorful combinations there, and I'm not good at color coordinating, but I'm not sure the colors coordinate with his shirt, but it might be his lucky pants.
Yeah. It's not quite Norwegian curling pants level of pants, but hey.
And more than likely, he and his team will watch this later, and if so, I did want to shout out to the pants. So 9 in the first ball. Is he going for the pin? He's trying to cap the wood and has to settle for a 9 fill. Hogan, first ball was on the head pin, and left him with the 3 and the 4. Good bid. 9 bucks for DeRoche. Hopefully I'm saying the name right. And Hogan with a 10. So pretty productive box for set of 2 boxes for Prosperity U. That picked him up 9-point pins.
Now the string margin is 16 minus a mark for Prosperity U. Reminder, open marks can be indicated by the yellow blotches between total and game. In this case, just the third bowler, Ethan Ryder, has one up.
Look at this.
Tip.
Oh, but honestly, I kind of like that leave if you can't get them down.
Oh, sure, 1-3 with Wood right in between.
Yeah.
4-7 for Glenn Pinson.
Trites threw a powerful ball. Pinsent threw a great ball, too. Both have an 8 drop. Oh, yeah, all day. Put that in the bank for a spare for Trites. And Pinsent, little scare there as the wood didn't go over, but it came back off the wall, and apparently Paul has a new update for us.
Okay, update. So the first 5 seeds, as of right now, not official yet. Fenway wins the #1 seed. Fenway Academy. Academy has to win. Fenway has to lose. Academy does have the tiebreaker should they tie. Fenway have 1 point in the Academy lanes in the standings. Able Construction locked in the 3rd spot at 58 points. Outlaw Rides battling Unbelievable for 4th and 5th. Outlaw has the tiebreaker right now. Unbelievable wins. They're in. Mass H has to win the last string, and Unbelievable or Outlaw Rides has to lose for them to get in. On the right side, A+ Accounting, #1 seed clinch. More in just a minute.
No, you're good. You're good. I was giving him a spare signal.
Okay, real quick, A+ clinch the right side, 66 points. Maria Sub struggling, trying to hang on. A 1-point win or a tie or a win. They clinch #2. They're 0-12 today. New England Flooring now in 3rd, 54 points. Kingswood, 52. Hatchman, 51. They're bowling each other. Kingswood and Hatchman, 3-1 for Hatchman. Bowling Ball Mafia, 50 points. If they win, they're in.
Thank you, Paul, for the standings update around the field. 24 lanes in use. Moncton, New Brunswick's Fairlanes Bowling Center.
And a few more lanes in the other room. They have 36 total that are being used for bowlers warming up, or if anybody happened to come in and wanted to pick up a lane.
You can. We haven't taken up the whole place. Good luck fighting your way through the foot traffic. Good crowd on hand.
Yeah, they're pretty good at coordinating, but you know the flow moves back and forth in different directions. They leave a path.
Chris Ryder. Did I say Ethan? I'm sorry. Chris Ryder.
No, it's Ethan DeRoche, and Chris Ryder put 6 on his spare. Prior bowlers both left marks. Cody, 2-4-7 and the 6-9-10.
Oh,
look
Chris.
at that. I thought he was going to miss the front pin, not the back pin.
Holy smokes, what a try by Chris. This wood sends over. Barry's tipping the 6-pin as well.
Put it right in the channel. 9 bucks for Ryder. And a 9 bucks for Cody. Went wide of the 6-pin. This is a tight one, folks.
Yeah, Chris has 4 splits on all his 4 head pin hits. He did make 1 for a spare. Bradley Best, they show, is 4 for 4 on the head pin, and Bernie Corbett. It's possible Ethan DeRoche hasn't missed one either. I'm not tracking that. I've missed a few indications, I'm sorry to say.
Well, on that ball, Ryder was on the 3-pin and took out 3 pins. And Cody on the other side took out 6, and he's got a triangle and a 10. And missed the object. Both bowlers have 4 and 3 respectively to clean up. So Ryder gets 1 of those, so he has the 7 bucks. Cody gets 2, almost 3 of them, so he has a 9 bucks.
One mark up for Prosperity U. This string could swing. Not immediately. They're in shouting distance with the back-to-back Sterling Trites marks.
So there was a pin moving around there, and it was a 9-pin fell out on lane 14, so they need a re-rack. All right, we're back in action then. So O'Loughlin on the right, he's at 44 after 4. Best on your left is at 51 after 4. O'Loughlin's got a good ball going down there.
Ooh.
That looked pretty good. Crossed over. That one's a little full from Best, so both have splits. So a 7-10 split for O'Loughlin. Wood in front of the 7. Piece of wood in front of that probably would be a spoiler. And
Jeez.
Yep. So, oh, look at that. Best gets a couple more to go. He's got just one left. So O'Loughlin gets to try again at the 7-10. Maybe this time it'll work for a 10. And nothing. And the other side, Best hits a backwood and ends up with a 9. So an 8-box for O'Loughlin, a 9-box for Best.
O'Loughlin's delivery, this is my American bias probably speaking, kind of just based on familiarity is all. Kind of reminds me of Brendan O'Dowd's delivery, sort of just that gradual step up to the line and finesse.
Yeah, you're right. Brendan O'Dowd with the hatchet men, I believe. No.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Trying to keep tabs straight. I know Brendan. Bowled against him, as I said before. And we are in the same league on Wednesday nights. As well as a once-a-month league.
Ooh.
He does, you've described it right, and there is a similarity in these two bowlers.
A soft delivery, but a devastating result at the other end. 9 drop.
So 8 drop for Best, then 9 and 10 are left. There's some wood there right next to the 9. It makes this makeable, but you got to carefully consider where you're putting that ball. O'Loughlin for the spare attempt. Caps the wood, no problem. That worked. That's a spare for him. Now, let's see if Best can pick up the 9 and 10. All day. All gone. Matching spares for both guys.
Third mark for Best. Trites has 3 as well.
All right, next
And yet
ball is
I
come
marked the 10 box anyway. Why? Why? Why am I the way I am? There's your spare on the board. 70 and a ball through 6.
All right, Corbett on your left. Bernie Corbett. Matt Schultz on your right, coming into the anchor position for both these guys. Schultz with a nice ball on a head pin. Oops, my screen just went out.
Oh, now it's blue again, so that should be a good. The blue
All
light
right.
should be good.
All right, good. If you touch that cord, sometimes it goes. Like Chris Harris, we'll do our best.
Try to remind me about that after the final broadcast of the day if you can. I'll try my best to remember too.
Okay. So I assume, Chris, your brother's Danny Harris on Academy. And
Chris Harris, yes.
Yep, and we're doing everything we can do to cover Academy for a couple of reasons. They're the returning champs. You know, we do want to give a lot of coverage to the Canadian teams. Academy also has a lot of everybody there we know, and you know, we've been wanting to show them. But if we're going to do our best to put them on there, if we can get them in the lanes that we can cover. So that's all a matter of where it draws. I've had good conversations with Justin Waters and with Mike Machichi and some of the other guys about this, and that's a priority for me. We'll do our best, and I would love to cover them.
If we could, we'd make 1 million of us and be in all the pairs of lanes.
So just the limitations of where we can be has limited us to the right division matches. And you picked up the fills on those?
Or just tell Danny to get good and carry his team all the way again. There's always that possibility.
Well, yeah, in that event, then we're certainly going to be covering them.
That's twice Matt Schultz has gotten stymied on leads. He had a 2-pinner he chopped, and now a piece of adverse wood on a 1-pinner, and he just threw his hands up saying, what do I have to do? I could have had 2 marks easy in the string, and instead I'm underwater. Score that 9.
And the same thing goes for other teams that are well known to us, like Fenway Academy and the TBD guys and the Mass team. And who am I forgetting? Hopefully nobody. Oh, the Team USA, Kevin Paddington and those guys. So all important. Pete Best came up and, or not Pete Best,
Bradley Best.
Bradley Best came up and asked us if we were giving him good comments. And
No. Oh, trust me, plenty. Just don't pay any attention to the part where I
Look at that.
attention to the part where I jinxed you. Nice shot, Nathan DeRoche.
Isn't this interesting? We saw opposite leaves recently on the other side direction. This time we've got the 10-pin out and the 10-pin left. And
Good bounce back.
that was a great bounce back by Hogan. And there's a spare for DeRoche. And 9 for Hogan.
Yeah, the marks are stacking up for Prosperity U. It's currently 9 marks to 7 in favor of Prosperity U. A dozen pins and pinning in favor of Spike's chimney service. So those early low boxes might be tilting the tides a bit, but Prosperity U seems on the verge of overcoming.
7 drop for Hogan. And DeRoche, good ball again off to the right. Puts 7 in his fill.
I'm pretty sure I was fawning over Bradley Best at one point. Still am. 3 marks in the string.
And we just saw in lane 15 a nice spare by Dan Esdale of Harry's All-Stars.
Look at this.
And he picks up a mark for DeRoche.
Yeah,
2
that's
in a row.
dandy. Back to back, and he's got 4.
And a 9-box for Hogan. He had a couple of opportunities there, but couldn't get them to go. Especially the last one.
Remember, the yellow blips show marks up 3-1 for Prosperity U. That's the yellow dots between total and game. So the single-digit mark is for Spike's chimney service could swing over to Prosperity U.
Now we have on the right side, on the left side, Trites with a spare fill to go, and Pinsent, sorry. Rather than being offended at my mispronunciations, I hope you guys are laughing at them. All right. Not too bad. That's going to be a 6. He threw a pretty good ball, but so Trites put 6 on his spare. Now Pinsent. Let's see. His object, yep. Okay, but it doesn't carry, so a very difficult 5, 7, 10. You want to get a couple of them. No guarantees on that. Now Trites is looking for another spare. Gave it a run. Nicely done, but only 2 go. So see if you can pick this up here. 5, 7, 10, just the 10 goes. Ball's coming back.
That's Dan Castle. My name is Greg Gouillart, and this is Candlepin Bowling Network. Thanks to all of you who've been subscribing and liking our page on YouTube and Facebook over the past few days. Great to really, truly get the complete Candlepin community on board. And if you haven't already, please do so yourself so that you're always in the know about all our upcoming bowling content.
And you have a lot of variety in what we offer on the network. There are Atlantic Candlepin singles tour matches at all divisions. And we try to get a lot of those online. And some people said we put too much online, but that's okay because it's not a television network where we're taking airtime. You get to pick and choose when you go through our library. Many, many live streams. So lots of opportunity to see some great bowlers and some developing bowlers and some senior bowlers.
We flood the zone, but we're proud of that. 8 box and 9 box.
That's right. All right, we're coming into the next box for Trites on the left and Pinson on the right. Pinson drops 6. Trites, nice ball, takes an 8 drop. I don't know if Paul's looking to update us on something. I'm not sure.
Not just yet.
Okay. He got into position. All right, Pinson looking to spare.
1, 3, 9, 10.
And the 3 and the 9 are gone. Trites looking to spare on the 6 and 10.
Grow the advantage.
Oh, he's on it, but
Whoa.
10 pin stays up. He's kind of smiling at that, like, well, you know, what else can I do? I hit the pin I needed to. Maybe a little full, a little straight. And Pinsant hit his, but nothing doing with that 10 pin. Sticky.
9 box.
Didn't get hit by anything. And a 9 box for Trites.
Matt Schultz, that happened to Matt Schultz too, chopping through the 2-pinner.
Close game here. 4 pins on total. 6 pins in favor of Prosperity again for the game. They're split 2 and 2.
10 marks to 7 for Prosperity U.
And a
Yikes.
strike for Ryder. Make that.
11 of 7.
Yeah. Cody trying to match it. He does, no problem. Picks up the 6-10 off the wood.
Oh, here we go. Now we're rolling. Pace
So-
of the game quickens up lickety split when you start matching marks like that.
So that puts Ryder at 70 plus a 2-ball fill. Cody, 62 plus 1. And that'll be this ball.
That's 5 on that fill.
It is.
Ryder can gain on this easy.
6 is wobbling, but it's not going to fall. So Ryder can put a lot of pins on the scoreboard here with this.
Look at
And
that.
what about a double? No, not quite. 5 pin stays up. So got a messenger. Not going to happen. It's in front. Short pin. Going back and forth and back and forth. Spare for Cody. Now, is that going to stay out? See, the flat channels don't capture it. And it's settling down to the right of that 5 pin he wants to pick up for a spare. So he's got a clean shot at it now. And he's got it. I thought he was going to miss it, but it went right in the face on that 5 pin. So a 10 fill for Ryder and another spare.
Big
Not-
time swing.
That was big. And now Best, who just spoke to us in the booth moments ago. And Bradley, I think you're bowling well. Well, the 2-8 out on it's a half Worcester. Best you can say about that is it's a makeable spare. That was on a fill. O'Loughlin also on the fill. He threatens to do the same thing, but it comes back and he ends up taking out 4 on
5 even.
5, yeah. Best puts a great bid on that half Worcester. O'Loughlin looking to pick up the, what's that, 4 horsemen plus the 8 pin.
A little easier than 4 horsemen left for the 9.
Something's out of line a little bit down there in terms of off mark. I don't know what it is, but it's not exactly a straight line. So we have some wood removal.
You might be right. The 2-pin might be off slightly to the left.
All right, so Mark O'Loughlin's going to take a shot at this. See if he can put a spare down for this one. In there, and it's gone. Nicely done.
Back to back.
Good shot for Mark O'Loughlin. And Bradley Best is going to throw the wood down, and he had an 8-box. All right.
Throw it on the same lane, kids. It's only 23 pins in the machine. You don't want it to be delayed, not finding the 10th pin. Unless you're Ralph Stewart, then you can do whatever you want.
All right, Best on his first ball. Off on a 2-pin. I don't know if he got stuck a little. There was a little hop on his approach. O'Loughlin on the head pin.
5 again.
Puts 5 in the fill.
Looking for 6.5 on average on spare field per.
Another donation from the 4-pin, 6-pin pot.
Ask him which box he wants it to go in.
It's the 11th round.
Yeah. O'Loughlin picked up a few more. Or Best, I'm sorry. And through the hole. So Pete Best. I'm sorry, Bradley Best. I don't know where I get Pete Best from. I'll have to look that up. Sorry, Bradley. I didn't mean to call you Pete. I know that's not your name.
Bradley picks up 9, 89 through 8.
And Mark O'Loughlin looking to pick up at least 3. And gets 1, so a 6-box for Mark O'Loughlin. And that gives him 88 through 8, all 8s. Corbett and Schultz come up next. Schultz on the left. Matt Schultz on the left. Bernie Corbett on the right. Corbett with his first ball. Neither bowler is on a mark.
Ooh.
Nice opposite pocket hit.
And Wood just missing it.
All right, so 9-drop and Wood that I think is going to work. Keep it out of the channel.
They need this. Prosperity use building an advantage.
And Schultz takes out 5. He's left the clear. Is that messenger pin going to do anything? No, it does not.
Schultz got stymied on his last 2.
And I believe that's a spare. Let's see how they spare it.
Sure is.
Okay. It looked like it was heading out of the off the fair area a little bit, but
It's on the board.
okay, it's officially a spare. Schultz trying to spare the Cleary. He's in there, 2 full on the head pin, just punches that one out.
Ooh, harsh.
7-box.
Went for a safer shot and got punished anyway.
So 60 after 7. He's 10 under par right now.
Could have easily been over. Hasn't he put good bids on it, not the other definition.
Yeah. All right, Corbett looking to bring his team back into this. It's doable.
Unlucky second balls instead of missed.
So a big fill would be a good start. Looking good.
Could
And
use some more
that's
head pins.
almost as big as you can get. That's a 9-box or 9 fill. That helps. Schultz, on the other hand, is on the 3-pin. Takes out 4. And Corbett looking to double up on these, and another spare for Corbett. Schultz trying to match that, and goes too wide to the right of the head pin. So he's got to pick. Are you going to try to get all three, or are you going to get just the two? Stage of the game might be better to get just the two. Let's see where he goes. That's what he's trying. He picks up one. So Corbett with a 9-drop spare. Schultz with an 8-box.
You can explain why I was absentee.
Oh, that's okay. I covered. So here we go. This is where we stand at the end of 8 boxes. Prosperity U has a 2-pin unofficial lead on total and a 4-pin unofficial lead on the game. And they're evenly matched on open marks. 2 and 2 for each. We're coming back up, and we're again going to see Ethan DeRoche on the right. Ryan Hogan on the left. We got a barn burner here for this match. And to see where these guys end up position-wise. Are they going to split? Are we going to see a 6 and 2? Stay tuned.
When the total's so tight, unlikely to split, but we'll see. Anything's possible.
So DeRoche starts out with 4 in his spare, and I kind of like this. A head pin with a piece of wood right behind it, angled correctly to take out the rest. And you know what? He took out everything but the head pin because he didn't hit the head pin. So open box for Ethan DeRoche. And a open box for our team from Maine, and a 10 box for our Canadian team, our New Brunswick team.
Which one? Which can? Yeah.
For DeRoche. Nine box for Hogan. I think those are roses on his pants, aren't they? They are.
Lovely.
Nothing wrong with that. In the pocket, nice bid. And the castle comes to visit. 4, 5, 7. Hogan drops a nice 8-drop, and the 4 and 7 are left with wood in front of them. It's coming out a little bit. Let's take a look at that and get the ball.
Not a lot of variance of the castle. Instead, we have the wood nestled between the 4 and 7.
But you notice it's 2 pieces every time. He takes it off the 5-pin. That didn't work.
And they're good for nothing. Never.
Occasionally you get lucky.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Hogan missed that one.
Oh dear, that wood in front looks good.
That was expensive. And a 9 box.
Taking one more paranoid double check, but I believe I have all scores correct as on screen.
That went. So DeRoche closes with a 117. Hogan with a 97. Go ahead.
Looking here. Now this will be just mostly silent muttering to myself, I confess.
86.
I do that when I'm tired and talking to somebody, so as everybody knows. So Trite's not on a spare, but drops 6 and leaves a 4 horseman. On the head pin for Pinson. Trying to catch up again. Take 6 here if they can. Put them a little higher in the standings maybe.
Thanks so much.
So both bowlers miss their spare opportunity. And Trites makes it an 8.
Sorry, that remark might have been caught on screen, but more people supporting Candlepins for Cancer with the merchandise we have out front. Thank you so much.
And look at that. Going to be a 10? No, it's a 9 box. Nice 9 box.
Get it?
All right, let me stand up, see what I see going on.
Yeah, there's an extra mark on Spike's chimney side. team. Scores are confirmed there. So
Oh, there's another mark for the Prosperity team from Trites. A solid hammer of a strike.
yeah, this string was a virtual tie.
And can he match?
boy.
Oh, he puts a bid on it.
Spare is fine.
All right. Well,
Channels
get that
never-
wood out of that way. Get the wood out of the way.
Channels never capture the wood. Let's see where it stops.
All right, it's out of the way. You got nothing to blame the wood on for this one. You got to hit it straight.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He got that. He went cross lane on that and picked it up.
Smack dab in the middle. 105 and a ball.
A spare for Trites. 2 balls to Phil and 1 for Pinson to fill his.
Spike says 3 marks to 2. I'm going to confirm that. Yes.
So Trites on his fill for his first ball for his strike fill. And that's 6, or it's 5, I'm sorry.
Kingswood still animated.
And 6 fill for Pinson. Looking for a 10 fill, and he'll settle for a 6.
Ooh, okay. Strike Phil makes the same. Tough to
So-
not be able to run down the horseman. Paul feverishly running in. He wants an update.
All right, give Paul a mic.
Cody and Ryder on spare fills. Here's Paul.
Okay, update. Fenway Academy has clinched the #1 seed for the left side. Academy Lane second, 1 point behind. The #2 seed, #3, Able Construction, followed by Unbelievable Lanes. Could be 4th if they win this string. They're up right now, small amount, late in the 3rd. If not, Outlaw Rides will be the 5th spot or the 4th spot, depending how Unbelievable leaves. Mass H, who won 8 earlier, finishes 1 pin short of the playoffs. A great run by them. On the right side room, still waiting for scores to come in. A+ clinch #1. They'll get a bye into the semis. Maria Sub trying to hang on #2. They've lost points. Get back to you in a minute.
Thank you very much, Paul.
We'll give you an update on the right side just a minute.
All right, no spare for Ryder. They both put 7 in their spares, and both left 1 pin when they attempted to make the spare. So both will be open in the 9th box. 10 box for Chris Ryder. And a 10 box for Barry Cody. Now their final box of this game.
This remaining mark for Bernie Corbett's looming large at the current moment. Could swing all the match points across or lose them all if the current status quo holds. The longer this goes, the bigger it becomes.
Okay, just out of the pocket on that. Just didn't catch the head pin. Solid head pin hit there. I have to say I like Ryder's leave better. But look at this. This is interesting. Cody's got some wood there that might make that work. Ryder puts a great bid on it, and the 9-pin stays. So Cody's got the 3, 4, 10, and wood right there. He needs to hit it about there, and he does. He picks up the spare. Big spare for Spike's chimney service. 10 box for Ryder. That was a great shot. He picked up the 3, 7, 10.
Splendid. What a time for that.
Would look good, but there's no guarantees, and that puts him at 104 plus a fill. Ryder finished at 117. This fill's big.
Oh,
and this
goodness.
fill turns out to be small, a 2 fill.
Uh-oh. We're
Yep.
right,
Big in terms of importance.
we're right back to waiting on Bernie.
Small result. So 106 to 117, Cody to Ryder. And it's a 5-pin game with an open fill still.
Oh, boy.
In a 3-pin match, Prosperity has a fragile lead.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who's going to come out on this one. There's nothing obvious yet. All right, and that is 6. And 3 and 1, so 1, 3, 6, and 9. All right, not a good time for the castle ever. Funny, people tell me it's sad about me too. Oh well. But, you know, the wood's
Wrong
not.
people, maybe.
Yeah, thank you. The wood on the right isn't the worst, but again, 2 pieces of wood on that, and there's a spare for O'Loughlin. Good job. He answers the spare that we just saw before.
Big mark, his 4th.
You can pick up more than 2 on that, then it's a gainer for the team.
DeRocha Trites also with 4
He's
each.
going for the wood, and oh, nothing. Look at this.
No,
Another curling shot.
that plank never does any good for anybody ever.
It seems to dodge the pins. There might be some kind of magnetic
It's one of those
repulsion.
It's one of those trick candle pins.
An 8-box for Best.
Not picking a stick at the end could be costly. We'll see.
All right, well, they're pretty even right now, 97 and 98, but O'Loughlin's got us fill here. A big fill. Big ball here,
Yep.
but he's using a small ball.
Yeah, now
He wishes he was using a big ball.
yeah, by picking up that spare now he yanks the spotlight onto himself. Can Mark O'Loughlin put Prosperity U further in front? Uh-oh.
Again,
We're back to Bernie.
the curse of the half Worcester.
That's an 8 drop
to him.
for Best.
Yeah, he'll unplug it for you. Can you unplug that for him? He's got a charger up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so 197 after 9. Oops, that's mine. Okay, that's okay. Plug it back in a second. You have to unplug it soon anyway.
O'Loughlin. Yeah, should have bet on black, shouldn't I?
I'm good. I'm at 98. All right, so no spares here. No spares here. Or is Best on his second ball?
Best has a wood behind.
Is this his second ball or third? The way they're
Should be
acting,
two.
it looks like a second.
Yeah, they're discussing this wood extensively. Wood sends around.
All right, that was the second ball, and
Back to Bernie.
no pins that weren't already down didn't
Bernie
go down.
Corbett,
Yeah.
your moment has arrived.
Well, they picked up a couple, but they ended up with a 7-box. So they've lost 1, lost 2. So in terms of that fill, basically was neutralized by that last box. So 107 to 106, O'Loughlin to Best, and we're coming into our last 2 boxes in this string and in this match. And for both of these teams for the tournament.
Scores confirmed.
Okay.
Paul, I'll tell you
Oh,
what.
there you go. Schultz just dropped a strike.
Sorry, Paul, this match is too good. We're going to have you wait till the end on this one. Big strike for Matt Schultz. Coming down to the final 2 boxes.
Corbett on a fill.
Strike here
If
would
he
be
can
big for him.
it would be huge.
Strike here, he gets the lead despite that hammer in his face.
He's getting ready. He's not fooling with this shot.
His try. Wayward.
And 5 it is.
It is 5.
All right.
So now it's
Try for the spare.
Prosperity U leads by 2 in a strike fill. Spare is a must make.
Oh, through the hole. He's going to have to try to make it in a 10th and hope that the Schultz does not do anything great on this.
Must pin, otherwise his team goes underwater. It's 7.
Plays it safe.
Let-
Hope he can make up those 3 pins in the next box.
Trails by 5 at a strike fill.
Now, Schultz has not had a very good game so far in this. He's only at 78 in this fill. But that doesn't matter. It's where your team total stands for the match stands in relative to the rest. Double maybe? Nope.
Yeah, fill is high though.
7 fill to start.
7 fill to start. We need to completely flame out for. Well, no.
Well, Corbett's got to do something clutch here.
406.
They're announcing raffle numbers. What a time. Did you win? Are these valid? I don't think they are.
I didn't notice he yelled back to anybody, check my tickets. He's focused.
406.
Oh, and it goes to the right. This game's over. Hate to say it, guys.
It's got to be. Now it's over. That's the mathematical winner.
So a 9 fill for Schultz. Corbett can bring their pin total up. And 9 box for Schultz.
We'll go to Paul for the statistics in just a moment.
Let's finish this last ball. And then I'll say so long for the match.
And the box is 9. Paul, we have all the time in the world to do this. This is 112. And all the remaining match points go to Prosperity U. We'll put that on the screen and turn it over to Paul for updates from the field.
All right, thanks, Dan Castle, Greg Gouillart. The playoff stage is set. They'll be next on Candlepin Bowling Network. The opening round tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Atlantic time, local time, 8 o'clock East Coast time. Quarters, semis, and finals live on Candlepin Bowling Network. The playoff seedings are set. For the left side, Fenway Academy, the number 1 seed, gets a 2-round bye into the semifinals.
1 second, Paul. Just hasten to add, there's one match coming up. The one round of playoffs coming up.
One round of playoffs tonight.
Yes,
that's next.
Just a moment.
Separate broadcast. One round tonight, opening round. 4 teams. We'll cover one of them here on lanes 13 and 14 in Moncton at Fairlanes. Fenway Academy gets a bye into the semis. 1 point ahead of Academy Lanes, who are second. Able Construction third, 58 points. Outlaw Riders and Unbelievable Lanes are in the playoffs. We're still waiting for here. Unbelievable whether the 4th or 5th seed. We'll let you know during the playoffs. A+ wins the right side. Maria Sub hangs on, gets 2 points at the end of the 2nd seed. New England Flooring actually loses the tiebreak at Kingswood at 56 points each. Kingswood, 3-time champions. The 3rd seed, New England Flooring, the 4th seed. Bowling Ball Mafia sneaks in at 52 points, just losing out the Hatcheman by 1 point. On the left side, Mass loses by 1 point also. So that's it. Playoffs next on Candlepin Bowling Network. Back to Greg to wrap it up.
Thanks so much for watching this presentation of Candlepin Bowling Network and the International Candlepin Championships. We'll be back very soon with round 1 of the playoffs, the single elimination knockout bracket, and 3 more matches tomorrow on Saturday as well. But come back very soon. And as soon as the brackets are set and we have our lane assignments, we'll be right with you with the thrilling playoff action. 3 strings, win or be done. Until then, so long.